Oh hey, my mic is muted. Neat. That was my fault. That was my fault because I was fucking around with my splits. I was fucking around with my splits because I fixed the Tanemura split at long last. It took me long enough. I've been talking about doing that for months and I finally did it. My mute key is one of the keys that I used there for for split stuff. Should probably change that, honestly. Which Dragon Engine Yakuzas have those intros? I don't, because most of them only use CG cutscenes and spoil the entire game. Legal goal removed? Yup. Yup, the one in Tanemura Chapter 2, the one that I could never hit anymore because we do the sub-story in that chapter instead now. And obviously I don't need to change the next chapter because we just go straight to the end now. So that one's the legit gold, but the other one is the unlegit gold, and that one's been fixed at last. Took my fucking time about it. Okay. 16 Terran pluses. Full sake. Hey, bad menuing. Speak to the dude up here. Bad, very, very bad chapter 3. 3, 2, whichever one I was on. 3. It was a bad chapter 2, but it was also a bad chapter 3. It was terrible. Every fight I did in that chapter was terrible and just lost me time. The gun that I needed went flying to space. I had no idea where it went, and I need that gun to be able to go fast. Every time. I'm so used to menuing down to go to my items. I was not used to Yakuza 4 doing it properly. Well, they're at a good angle. Not for the bike, unfortunately. That worked out, I guess. Come on. God damn it. I don't know how that kick missed. Oh well. It's a bit better. I'll probably mess up Ihara here. I'm due for an Ihara screw up. It's been a while. My Iharas yesterday were good as well. Iharas today, good. My Iharas yesterday, good. I'm due for a screw up. It's gonna happen. Hello? I hit X. That's... Alright. Good video game. Great video game. I'm handling the heat. I'm not. Simple as that. I'm not. I don't like the heat. I fucking hate the heat. It's awful. It's terrible. I hate it. Back to Ihara. Concentrate so I don't fuck this up again. Hopefully I'll get when we eventually get there, hopefully I get a better Minami fight than I did yesterday. That was not a good fight in the slightest. I need to knock him into furniture. Let's go to my HP. Cool. Good. Good. Produce the furniture on the floor. I didn't do enough hits against furniture in the first combo that I did. That's why I wanted to knock him a bit towards furniture there. I had to do a little bit more, like, incremental damage. For our voice cutscenes, I have to hammer to skip through. Cool. Alright. Yeah, it's been like over 30 here for the past couple of days. It's not good. I'll genuinely put up with this heat if my internet sorts itself out. Stop crashing on me, for fuck's sake. Even better. Good. Good. Even better. Cool. Good. Good, 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 good. Hey, Pants, I hope you're doing well. That's better. Alright, now let's have a good chapter 2, please. A good rooftop fight, please. No fight spawns in front of Serena for the entirety of this run, please. That also includes Kiryu, thank you. Fuck. That was scary. I had to move a little bit to the right so that I wouldn't hit the invisible kind of like barrier that's around these objects. I hate the fight spawns on Tenkaichi with an absolute vitriolic passion in this game. Nice now, nice. I still didn't watch the, vegetable tasks earlier. I was too busy, I'm afraid. I need to watch that later on. But I definitely will watch it later on. I was just too busy.
Yeah.
It's not me that times you out, trust me. I've never actually timed you out once. That's the fun part.
Huh?
Alright, rooftop fight. Let's go. Went to the right first, that was bizarre. It was very bizarre. Wasn't sure about the guy on the left. I should have pointed my camera up, but it's fine. Hey, back to the rooftop. Again, really hoping we get a better fight this time. Those squatting NPCs there always get me fearful, because those squatting NPCs are actually like a fight spawn in Yakuza 5, but they're not in this game. It's stupid, but it is just one of those things. It's like they're one of the most annoying fight spawns in like the finale, because they can be right outside of the popo that, ironically enough, you walk out of as Akiyama. It's so annoying. Alright. That's the finishing, Boosters Law, double triple. Let's do good menuing. Let's do better menuing this time. My menu last time was terrible. You. I'm not sure how that missed, but sure. Fuck off, dude. I was trying to get around him so I could like knock him into everybody else, but never mind, I guess. Awful. Actually awful. That was worse than the first time. Thanks, Tat. Appreciate it. I had a very good chapter 1 and a very, very terrible chapter 2. We made it all the way to chapter 3 earlier, but bad fight spawn and then also bad rooftop fight. The gun decided to disappear somewhere and we couldn't find it, so... Also had a bad fight in the theater square bit. It's a bit weird. Is that one always X? Like, now that I think about it, I think I've only ever seen it as X. Okay. Always X? Interesting. I guess it is because it's a, you know, the action button, I guess. Okay, that was actually better than before. That's fine. Alright, let's try not to fuck this fight up. I think I need to start a little bit more left of the guy. I think that's the reason why I missed his last hit, because of the fact that like the pavement was like slightly lower down than the bit. Which sucks. Wasn't me now. Don't look at me. Thinks that everyone in Yakuza 5 is a fight spawn. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think that's a fair conclusion, honestly. That's been my experience of Yakuza 5. Yeah. So if you take out the guy in the grave first, the other guy goes down on the ground for you to free heat move, but for some reason I missed my final hit on him, so I'm fairly certain it's because of like the angle that I'm trying to do this fight from. I need to do it a bit more from the left. Here. Of course, he could also guard, at which point, fuck me, I guess. I'm gonna go back to just using the heat move on the first guy and then kicking the other guy. Yeah. I'm just gonna go back to the other method, because that's not working out for me. I don't know what happened yesterday. That fight that I had yesterday on that first guy was so good. I know there's a way to do it, but yeah, hey Riz, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay in this heat. Fuck this heat, it's too hot. It's been 30 most of today. It's awful. Very, very awful. That's better. That's solid. Still not as good as you can do that, but still solid. Better than earlier. Yeah, you wasn't able to control the RGB of the fan, but you're now able to. You've got to plug cable in. Fair. When I built mine, there's this like little bit on the back that you're supposed to plug all your RGBs in, but I didn't do that, and I was like, ah, fuck it. It would require me rewiring the entirety of my PC. Do I really care about LEDs that much? No. No, I do not. So all of my fans are like manually wired up rather than on one like circuit board. Because the trouble is I have to plug, I think it's the CPU into it as well, which is like all the CPU wire into it, which it's in a real awkward position. I'd rather not do that. Maybe one day if I buy more fans for it, but maybe if I buy actual good fans for it. But these are the small square fans. It's like it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Plus, this way it doesn't keep me up at night being like bright as all hell. No Serena fight spawn. Hell yeah. You can get a fight spawn right here for those who haven't seen it before. It can turn up quite a few times in Akiyama's part. We don't want it to turn up at all. It sucks. It's gonna be hard for you to sleep in other seasons. Yeah, same. Yeah, same. It's weird. When I'm after like an hour or two, when I'm asleep, I go into like a really deep sleep. But for the first 2 hours, I basically need like perfect quiet, and I can't get that if I have a fan on. So I can't have a fan on when I sleep, which sucks. I can't have the window open because we have a bunch of trees that are essentially like 6 feet away from my window, and all the birds. Man, all the birds. They bloody love sitting in those trees. It sucks. Hey, have a good sleep. Thank you for the luck. Hopefully we'll have good luck today. I think I'll start locally recording at the end of this chapter if we get out of it. I might carry on anyway, even if I have a bad fight at the end of the chapter, just because, I mean, we've had a bad fight at the start of it, but getting tired of the resetting to pretty much nothing, especially when most of my time save is in Saejima's and Tanemura's parts. I still have time save in Akiyama's, of course, don't get me wrong. I have time save obviously at the end of the run. But although I'm fairly certain my PB is a no feel the heat Daigo, which, good. Good. It's one of those things. What the flippin' heckin' camera angle is that? Video game. Should have just held that until I got to the bit and then just let go. Oh. But yeah, it's too hot today. I do not like today. Today sucks. Today really sucks. Yeah, as long as I can have a good fight at the end of this chapter, I won't lose too much time. I'll probably end up losing a little bit of time because my PB had a good fair square fight and then also a good fight at the end of the chapter, which for some reason has not been going well for me lately. Apart from yesterday. I went well yesterday. Saying that, I did go well yesterday. But other than yesterday, it's not been going well. But yeah, provided everything goes well internet-wise, as I said, will try and get one of the charity rewards done for the end next week. It will either be Kenzan / Ishin or OG1. Not sure which at the moment. Need to make decisions soon. Trouble is, I've got to obviously learn the new stuff for Yakuza 6. That's the more important thing right now. So maybe expect a Yakuza 6 run tomorrow. That's probably the plan at the moment, I think. Aye, PS2. Aye. Give Zero. Give OG1 a proper go. Yes, Zero. No more giving Zeros a go. Zero is done. Zero, we've had enough. Yeah, that water has already gone lukewarm. That's how much this sucks. I thought I was going to get a bit too close to the other sub-story for a second there. It was actually very, very close. You have to be careful here. There's a couple of fight spawns around Theatre Square. Most of them aren't a problem here, but there's one or two that can be a problem. There's like one that can spawn like here-ish. Just have to be a little careful of. It's a bit more to the right. You can sometimes see it in the cutscene coming up. It's not there. Good. Cool. Guy on the left there is fight spawn because we spoke to the XP guy there earlier. Now we just hope not to get one in front of the champion district. Spawn on the right is fine. And it's not like the newer Yakuza games. It's not where you have one set of aggro on you and it's fine. Literally every set of enemy can aggro onto you, which is painful. Because usually when you play these games, you don't just run from like one fight to the next fight. They're quite spaced out, but yeah, if you get two that are close together, it will mess you up. Okay. Let's just pray the gun doesn't go flying. If the gun doesn't go flying, I'm not going to lose too much time. If the gun goes flying, then we're going to lose a bunch of time. Am I supposed to drunk here? I don't think I am, but I am. I do this in hopes the gun doesn't go flying. Gun won't fly. Oh, I see it. You get. Come on. Fuck. Terrible. Terrible. I don't know why it bounces sometimes off that heat move. Sometimes it does and sometimes it does. It sucks. It's gonna cost me some time, but it's fine. It's the end of the chapter anyway. Yeah. I think we're just a little behind. That's fine. Just a little ahead. Okay. Local recording it is. We'll use this. We'll do this as our actual run. No, we'll consider this the actual run. Yep. Yeah, it should be fine. Again, most of my big time saves are Saejima and Tanemura. As long as I don't mess up the set piece in chapter 1, boss fight in chapter 2, boss fight in chapter 3 for Saejima, and just play okay with Tanemura, because like I've not had a PB on Tanemura since we introduced double steel tonfa strats. That's how long it's been. Actually, I may have had one, but I didn't do it very well. So yeah, the gun basically, as you saw there after the heat move, the gun was not next to where the body was supposed to be. Nor was it where I instigated the heat move. So the gun does just randomly disappear from time to time, which is frustrating, because it's like, you know, as you can probably guess, in that fight, if you have the gun, it goes a lot faster than that did. But honestly, that's not... 8.5 seconds isn't that bad of a time loss considering the bad fight in Theatre Square at the beginning of the chapter and also the bad fight at the end there. Sometimes the gun can land on the other side of the roof. I'm not even kidding. Like, it can go all the way to the other side. At which point, you're pretty much boned. Like, there's nothing you can do. Fight one. Gonna go this way. Even, funner fact, the actual gun itself, you're not supposed to be able to use it as Akiyama. So, if you've ever played Yakuza 4 before or you haven't, if you look... That was a brick bastard there. If you look at the bottom left of your inventory when you have weapons, and you'll see this a bit later on when we get weapons with Saejima, certain characters can't equip certain weapons. For example, Akiyama can't equip guns. But if there's already a gun in the fight, like there, there's no problem with it. So, you can equip that gun because you can literally pick the gun up. But most of the time, you cannot equip a gun to Akiyama and then... Damn, I'll turn around properly. You can't, like, give Akiyama a gun and then equip it. Also, if you're wanting to do this minigame casually, do what I do. I still don't remember who found this. I don't know if it was Kuro. It wasn't Tap, but I keep giving Tap the credit. Essentially, every time you see when you see a text box, speak to the hostess that's out there. Once you've got 3 text boxes, walk back. There you go. Stops you from having to walk around the club and saves you like 30-40 seconds every single time. It's a massive time save. If you're doing this minigame casually, you're going to save hours by doing this. Like, literal hours. All you need is 3 text boxes. It's not based on distance. I always thought, like when playing it as a kid, I always thought that it was distance. But no, it's not. It's literally just 3 text boxes. That's it. Alright, no evil champion district fight spawn, please. It's very, very rare, but there's one fight spawn that can happen in the champion district that is right in the way of the way that I go here. That guy should be fine. He's a fight spawn, but he should be fine. Oi. Oi. Should be far away enough. I'm also hoping that he's close enough that means that there won't be a fight spawn in here, but we'll see. Oi. The fight spawn can happen on the corner on the left here as we go in. Good. It can happen, like, right there, which it's, like, slightly just before the trigger for this cutscene, which really sucks. Like... It's very rare that it does happen. I've had it happen to me twice, I think. So it is something that can happen, but thankfully isn't that frequent, because what we'd have to do is essentially walk around the little alleyway there. It wouldn't be too bad of a time loss, but it would be like a small one. And as you know, everything counts in a speedrun. So would be nice if that didn't happen, but do. In this room here, there's 3 things you can interact with. The jacket, the lighter, and the blood. You don't need to interact with the blood. Which, funnily enough, the jacket's hitbox is bigger if you look at the blood. No, I don't understand why either. But that is what it be. So if you just turn left, it's a little quicker, and then you just leave. You just have to look at the jacket and the lighter, and that's it. I don't know why looking at the blood makes it so that the jacket has a bigger hitbox, but also the blood has a bigger hitbox towards the door. You saw, like, how far away we were, and we still had examine at the top right. It's just one of those things that's, like, absolutely bizarre. There's no fight spawn up here. I hate trying to cut that corner. I do that every time. Like, the trouble with the old engine is you can't get too close to walls. The way that this game stops you from, like, kind of going out of bounds is that it doesn't allow you to get, like, too close to walls and stuff. Because reminded that in Yakuza Kiwami, we actually have a out of bounds, we just walk into an NPC and just push ourselves out. It's not used for anything, because these games are very good at keeping you, on the beaten path. He's a large lad, I should have just gone to the right. I could have walked past him with less fear than that. But oh well. Still worked out. Ironically enough, the only Yakuza speedrun that we have actual, like, good working out of bounds for is 5. Of all things. 5 actually, like, despite the fact that 5 has, like, stupidly long length, and the fact that, like, 5 is, like, the longest Yakuza speedrun, I would say that 5 is probably quintessentially the most Yakuza speedrun remaining. Like, You have different fight strats for obviously every character. You have weapon strats for one character, even if that does consist of just hit square. It still counts. You still have to do the proper combos out of that. So despite 5's length, I still feel like 5 is like the most complete like package for a speedrun overall. The fact that it has, you know, 2 out of, well, technically 1 out of bounds, and then the same kind of technique used like later on in the run twice to be able to skip stuff. Honestly, 5 is fantastic. I won't hear shit about 5. It's a good speedrun. More people need to do a speedrun of 5. Let's fight 1. Fuck, this is stupid. God, I hate doing that in case they get into a fight with me. I really shouldn't do that. Fight 1 now. This one should be fine. Reminder that because it's old engine, we don't have a way of despawning fight spawns without going inside and outside of a building. It's the only way in the old engine to do it. Or obviously taxi. Actually, no, taxiing also doesn't work sometimes. I think it literally is just like refresh the map, kind of like 0 was. So inside, outside of a building, taxiing doesn't work. Cool. What was it next? Combo speed and fuck, there's something else. Check my notes in a second. Fight spawn on the left is fine. Not if she walks in my way though. Oh my god. I've got to stop walking that way. I've got to stop walking that way. That way is just terrible. Terrifying. Combo speed and knockdown evasion. Of course. Of course. Of course. Should have realized. So, bottom of soul, top of heat. I mean, I would still recommend K2 as your first because it's a lot shorter than 5 is, but don't let, like, anybody ever press you and say, you know, don't run this one, don't run that one. There's literally no real awful place to start unless your name is Fist of the North Star, at which point don't ever touch that game. But there's no bad place, per se, to start, like, your Yakuza speedrun. So. We have strats for everything. Bottom attack. Oh, bottom attack. Wait, let's do that. Evasion. Bottom attack. Yeah. That's all I was after. I don't know if it's quicker to drop your combo there than to do the strong. I'm assuming strong is a little faster, but there's like a slight delay after coming off your strong. Yeah, Rosetta said hello after that now. Honestly, like, there's, like, most of us would recommend K2 as your first run, just because it's, like, really short, and it's, like, really easy to, like, actually, like, fix if you do something wrong. And just, the reason why we don't recommend 5 is just because of the length. But if you feel like doing a 6-hour speedrun, go for it. I'm actually getting the bounces that I'm not expecting, because I'm actually taking enemies out there. Oh, y'all. So we can actually get the purple guy this time. Yesterday was terrible. I got everybody but him. But I guess you have to take care of the ads at some point anyway afterwards. Piss off. If he's going to interrupt me, I will get in a piss off. Heat moves don't do too much against this guy, but do one. Good fight. The other guy's almost dead as well. The old man did work. Heck yeah. I probably should have hit him once before going through here, because I do have to take him out before we can go and get the guy back, but he should be right here. Good. Hey, good. Yeah, not bad. Old man did work. Man did lots of work. Yeah. Happy with that. And then we have to take care of these enemies here. Let's go and hit the sign. cannot hit him with, like, a weapon. I shouldn't have tried. It's my fault. Like, here, just use the heat attack. Like, he goes down here. Like, all the heat attacks here do, like, a bit more than 1 HP bar's worth of damage. So, you should be using the heat attacks here, honestly. Like, just knock them to the ground and then just do the finisher. Just try not to do too many because we want to try and save the upgrade for the Minami fight. I should ideally be paying attention to how many I've done, but I'm not. I think that's 3 at this point. It's 2. It's fine. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what happened to the old man. He's here. He's just waiting. Surprised I caught Kasai there again. Really? Oh, shame. It's going well before that. Shame. You want to learn 5 at some point? Good. 5 is a good run. Like, 5 is a very good run. The only issue with 5 is it's long. That's it. Like, it's a good run. You ask anyone who's run 5 will tell you how, like, good fun it is. The guy didn't get hit. Perfect. That's better. Much better. Do a new game plus run. We're going back to the conversation we had earlier where, once again, New Game Plus is mind-numbingly boring. For pretty much every single Yakuza run. Like, instead of having actual strats and stuff over, like, the 6-hour run, let's go and do a 6-hour run with mindless repetition with literally nothing to it. What just happened? How did I get knocked out my combo? Thanks, man. Good fight. Downloading every Yakuza except LED because you hate RNG. Oh boy. Speedrunning isn't the hobby for you. Especially not the Yakuza games. Well, some speedruns are, but not the Yakuza games. If you don't like RNG, you're going to fucking hate these games. Alright, watch me get shot. Please have as good a fight as yesterday. Gotcha. Good fight. Now I know where the gun is as well. Thankfully, it doesn't go out of bounds there. That's always my one big fear, is that it's going to go out of bounds in that corner. But thankfully, it's right there. It's going to go down. I should have just done... Actually, no, he's not dead. Trouble is that... I was trying to do that before the heat attack went off. God damn it. And I could have... If I didn't do that, because I don't normally do that heat move, I could have come out of this fight with that ready for the next... The gun may have moved. I'm not sure if I saw it in the corner, if I saw it a bit further along. Where is gun? Where's gun? That's a bit rough. First part good, second part not good. Third part good. All of them. Literally, all of them. You will have runs die to RNG in pretty much every single speedrun. Like... Incorrect, Pan, we're not talking about healing. We're talking about runs just dying in general. We're not talking about player death, we're talking about runs dying. Well, that's true. If you're just doing it casually, you're not going to have a lot of the problems that we have at the minute. Once again, when you get to the point where most of us are at this minute, you will lose your run to a single fight spawn. And some of the fight spawns in these games are evil. Looking at you, Yakuza 5. Looking at you, Yakuza 3. Looking at this guy in the middle of the street. Don't do it. Thanks. Fuck. I hate that man. That man as well. Is there a problem? No, it's good. You can't take the pavement there because there's a sub-story that takes up the entirety of the pavement. I usually go down the side alley when I don't see anyone there, but this time I decided not to for some reason. You're training a try. How about no? How about I just skip the minigame? Goodbye. So once again, just like before, get a text box, look at Lily. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Yeah, every game is RNG hell. Like you're not wrong. Every single one is. Like if you're talking of ways for the run to die, every game has RNG. Like you're gonna find RNG in every single one. It's just some of them are worse than others. And the level of RNG that I have to worry about with LAD is not something you would ever have to worry about. Not until you got to like a below 4-hour time. Like... Doubt you will get to the point where a run will die off RNG alone. Have you met Yakuza 4, where you literally have a 50-50 bet that you can't avoid? Your run's dying, get used to it. Although obviously for early Yakuza 4 runs, for fuck's sake, please make a save before you do the gamble. Please. When you're a new runner, you don't have to worry about your time that much and you can afford the save. When you get to the point where me tap everybody else's, nah, fuck that. But if you're a new runner to 4, please, I'm begging you, make a save before the bet. Please. You will make more than that time back up with the next run, I can guarantee you. Then MEB, green stove, front, defrag, to get near it. Yes, yeah. Again, it's some of those things that you pick up these things when you run the game a lot. Also, it should be in the written notes. I'm dead certain I would have put it in the notes. There's no way I wouldn't when I explain it. Literally every single run. Because that's one you usually get. Yeah, that's because each character, like, actually plays differently. So, it's literally, essentially, if you were playing a different Yakuza game, you'd have 4 different styles, but it's just 4 different characters instead. But yeah, everyone only has one. everyone does play differently. Outside of like 1 or 2 upgrades that are the same per character, which are your usual ones, like some people have like Kamaki knockback, evasion, etc. They're a lot more unique in 5. Yeah, as Tap says, you can't do the Tanemura sub-story for reasons. I have tried fucking everything to route that in, and it's just a 5-minute time loss. Like, yeah, you can't recommend it as a backup. You can miss it if you're too late, I think, as well, which is the dumb thing. If you want to go without, like, the 50-50 bet, then sure, you could do that sub-story as a new runner, but you're literally losing, like, a good 5 minutes, and, like, it's not like you're skipping hard speed tech. It's not like, you know, you're trying to hit a precise angle at, like, 47 degrees to go out of bounds, cough, Bloodborne, cough. You know, that kind of shit. It's literally a 50-50 bet that you can save beforehand. Put it this way. Saving and loading in the casino is still faster than doing Tanemura's sub-story. Even if you fuck the bet up once and even twice, like, it is still faster to actually do the save load. There is no feasible way to get Tanemura's sub-story into this run, which is a shame because, like, I've tried everything under the sun to try and do it. I know other people have tried to do everything that they can to get it in there. It's just not viable. And that sucks. Because it would be the very easy way of, you know, saying, hey, here's 3 million yen for the guns. But the other factor is, of course, that Tanemura then has the money. And that's the other big problem, is that Tanemura has the money, not Kiryu. Because one of the aspects of the gun route is that Kiryu uses guns in his final chapter. You would lose massive amounts of time to that, not just, obviously, not getting the guns loaded. So, on top of doing the sub-story, which would take an extra 5 minutes, you would lose probably an extra 5 minutes in Kiryu's part. Like, you are literally setting yourself up for a massive time loss. It's one of those things that you suck it up. You suck it up and you do the bet. That's your only choice. Kiryu's final. We use it in Kiryu's chapter 4. We use guns in that chapter. That's exactly the reason why you need to do it with Kiryu. Like, you will lose, like, 5 minutes in Kiryu's final part if you do not use guns there. Yes, you can do all sub-stories in Premium Adventure. Only OG 1, 2, and OG 3 had missable sub-stories. Everything else you can do in Premium Adventure. But yeah, you don't have an option other than do the 50-50, and that's why, literally, if you are a new runner, make the goddamn save beforehand. We're not talking the save at the start of the chapter, because you have to go through the Tanemura Akiyama fight. Like, you can go down to the end of the Champion District and make a save. There's a save point in the Colosseum that I don't recommend, because you have to sit through a cutscene to watch. So it's a little bit weird, because it's like... I don't know which one of those is actually faster to get because of that cutscene. But if you're a new player, you make sure you save before that bet. You will make that time up and then summon your second run. I can guarantee you that. But the downside is that's the only thing you can work with is the 50-50. They're like, literally, if you don't get the money on Kiryu, it's run breaking in other parts. There's so many little details to the 50-50 that's like more than just, hey, do the 50-50. Speaking of 50-50, I don't want to fuck this fight up. I'm going to concentrate for this for a second. No, it's a self-drink beer. I really don't want to fuck this up like I did yesterday. I didn't mess up the fight yesterday, but the fight got scary yesterday, so I'd really rather that didn't happen again. Trouble is, I've already done the upgrade for the move, which sucks. Would have been fine had I not done the extra heat move in that final bloody set-piece fight. Out? I do not like this corner. I should probably try grabbing Minamida, but I don't know if that actually works. Yeah, go this way. Shit. This corner. Yes, this corner, this corner. He's getting up. He really wants to drink. Clean. Not completely dead, but clean. Akiyama, please. I should let him drink because that's a free combo. He won't guard at that point. So you can let him up twice in this fight to get a free combo, but if you can get him in that corner and just keep spinning him, there's no point. That was very smooth. That was very, very good. Cool. Good. Good. That was very, very smooth. Yeah, that was a gold. That was a very good gold. That's why I concentrate on that. Now, most of my time save is still to come from both this and Tanemura, and the problem is I have to not fuck this up, and I have... I can't do Saejima and Tanemura correctly. It's one or the other when it comes to my runs, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. I'm hoping that... This is where yesterday my internet cut out. At the very least, as long as OBS doesn't explode today, I'm just gonna carry on and worry about it another time. Because this is pretty good. Shadow pushing this guy away. I'm moving away because they'll stand up in this time. Not ideal, mind you. Nice double. As long as I finish this guy with a strong, we're fine. Good. Nice double. Very nice double. Just get a lovely shot of Saejima. just get to stare against Saejima for a while. Definitely not terrifying. Good old Hamazaki redemption arc begins. Saijima's part during 4 is fine. 5's is not. 5's has stupid pacing issues. 5 is so dumb. I don't understand why it was 2 chapters in jail with 2 dream sequences. Literally cut down on one of those dream sequences, and that's a lot more palatable. And then an entire chapter dedicated to the hunting. I get why, because they were doing all the side stories and stuff like that, but it should not have been 2 chapters in jail. Should have been 1, like this game. Like, 1 chapter, 1 dream sequence, that would have fixed the pacing problems in 5 immensely. Like, yeah, you would have had to pad out, like, the actual Tsukumino bits, but that's fine. Like, you can even keep, like, the hunting stuff for, like, the 2nd chapter. Just, again, cut down on one of those trips. Like, and then it's completely fine. Like, just have, like, Okudera give Saejima the gun during the first visit or something like that. But 5 just has pacing problems in general. Let's go first. Cool. See if I can get this fight right. I hate this fight. Yeah, 5 Saejima, like, gameplay-wise, is way better than 4. Shit, I missed the guy. And I missed the hit there. That's lucky that worked. Saejima? Hello? How come you weren't... What the fuck? I hate this sometimes. Yakuza 4, well, the older Yakuza, every Yakuza's lock-on is not ideal. Let me rectify that. The lock-on in these games has never been amazing. let me rectify that with the correct statement. Yakuza lock-on has always been a bit meh. I love these games with a lock-on system, and every single one has been bad. So yeah, an attack scene Saejima section. I will say that Saejima, for as boring as the hunting chapter is, the hunting stuff for Saejima isn't actually that bad. And it can go quite quickly. If you know what you're doing, it goes very, very quickly. It goes very, very quickly, which is nice. I wish we could just grab this lighter from inside. Imagine if we go into the corner and just grab the lighter. It'd be so good. Like, the actual side stuff in 5 was really good. Like, the actual side, like, content in 5 was very good. And again, 5 has the most content out of any of the Yakuza games. Like, if there was one Yakuza game, like, if I was forced to pick one Yakuza game to play for the rest of eternity, it would be 5, just because of how much content there is in that game. Like... he usually does. Okay, this isn't too bad. Not too bad. How's the stream been, by the way? Any hiccups? Any buffering? Anything like that? I assume you would have told me if it was, because you'll know how important that is at the minute. I'm just on internet watch whilst I have a little bit of downtime here. Things seem to be fine. I haven't dropped any frames. Seems fine. Pretty good. Good so far. Nice. Good. Good, good, good. Alright. Now I have to concentrate. Double charging, triple charging, both on tech. Double charging costs 4. Yeah. Just not what I want to do, but you know what? It works. I want to hit this guy with it, but... I knew you were going to get hit by that side. Had a feeling. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but... Oh well. It's okay. That was okay. I did move the router, yes, to an area that has a bit more air on it. Plus, I've got the fan slightly pointed at it. That's a good point. If you're hearing a bit of feedback on my microphone about my fan, hopefully you're not. That's because I have put the fan towards, a bit more towards my microphone so that I can actually hit the router with it. Other problem being is that I'm not getting as much of it now. The things that we do keep our electronics alive, I guess. I thought that first hit actually missed. I'm lucky. I'm gonna grab this just in case so I have enough healing items for the next chapter. Actually, I should have waited and just grabbed them from the final fight. Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. This is going well enough that I can afford that. So the next fight that we have to be very, very careful with. See if I can actually do it properly today. I didn't start it properly yesterday. Alright, so if we see Saito's feel the heat in this fight here, we lose like a minute to a minute and a half. Like, that was lucky I was hammering X. I don't remember how much it is exactly, so I'm gonna make sure that I don't fuck this up. I don't have the bounce, that's fine. I don't know how I got the bounce, but that's also fine. I'm just gonna take the nice slow path. I do not want to fuck this fight up. Of all fights, this is not the one to fuck up. I do not mind being slow at this fight because this is like the one fight that you do not want to fuck up, and I'm kind of letting him get away from me, which is not ideal. Stay in this corner. Thanks. Just please stay in the fucking corner. Thanks. See, we cheese, but it's fine. Infinites are good. Infinites are very good, especially for fights like that. You get stamina X there, which is nice. I now have 2, so I have enough for the finale. Which is good. Okay, I'm after Essence Finishing Combo, Speed Boost, Tech, and Heat. He's supposed to hit these guys together, and I haven't done that in ages. Okay, I got my level up anyway. Bottom attack, top heat. Oh, in the period where my internet went out here yesterday, I had something bizarre happen on this rooftop. For the first gate, there was one of the guys grabbed me, but he wasn't next to me. He was... I'll point it out when I get there in a second. But essentially, he literally teleported to me. Like... And that's the bit where OBS crashed, so I don't have actual video evidence of it, but... I got shenanigans. Essentially, it was this guy here. He... Not this guy, well... Not there, but on the... Fuck off! I'm gonna get grenaded. On these boxes, he wasn't, like, anywhere near me, and he just, like, teleported to me. Yeah. Man. Terrible. Oh, alright, you need to charge it. Fuck off! Who wanted just random time loss to being grabbed, like, 20 fucking times? Yeah, I did. Holy shit. So I'm getting mad at that. That's not... That never happens. Like, you can potentially get grabbed by him once, twice if you're unlucky, but fuck that. Legit mad. Legit have a right to be mad about that as well. Fuck. If I'd have cancelled out my combo, I would have been fine. Oh, well. That's a terrible rooftop. It's one of the worst rooftops I've had in a very long time. Ask me why I rolled there. I should just do the full combo, honestly. I actually did want the sword guy to go first. It's a shame you can't knock back that. I'm just gonna punch him. He's on the ground. Actually, probably should have done my light strong. Would have been better. Oh well. I hate that angle. I hate that angle so much. I'm gonna lose time in here, I think, by the looks of things. Okay. Okay. I had a terrible Saito fight here yesterday. I'll take that though. Nope. Hell, Saito. This guy! I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's doing a very bad attempt at trying to block me from shooting Saito. Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, come on. Terrible fight. Terrible fight. Alright, it's time to do the fight that I'm not allowed to fuck up. I'm probably gonna fuck it up. Did I save time there? What the fuck? That's so stupid. I'm gonna fuck this up. No, I'm gonna fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up. This is like my first big bit of time save coming up right here. Come on. I've been playing pretty decently other than this. Like, come on. I hate this bit. This is gonna suck. I have to not fuck this up. This is one of the easiest fights to mess up. It's very easy to do, but it's very easy to mess up. That's a bit of a misnomer, but don't worry about it. Love that he has the fucking tiger drop in this fight, because why not? Not ideal, but that's fine. He decided he wanted to get up at one point. He definitely wanted to get up at one point there. That was, not too happy about that. But hey. Kira decided it was time to fight. Oh, no thanks. Alright, I'm gonna do another big time save in this chapter, provided I don't mess up the boss of this chapter either. The boss of this chapter basically goes the same way that Kiryu goes, but it's even easier to fuck up. Which is good. I mean, this is why canonically Saejima is the strongest, because Saejima has an infinite. Kiryu's infinite goes away after Yakuza 3. One sake, please. Taxi list reversed, bomb the taxi list. Whew. I mean, the trouble is, the big time loss of this chapter is coming up quite early on, which is the Kido chase part. Please, just don't fuck that up today. That's all I'm asking. I don't know why Kido went to the left yesterday. It was so dumb. Pin straight, so down. Kido time. This works for him all. I mean, Mine at the end of Yakuza 3. Sorry, what? I'm sorry, was I off the ground there, or did I just blink at the wrong time? What the fuck? That was bizarre. Please no fight spawn outside the champion district, 'cause there's not one here. Oh, fuck me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm de-aggroing you. Shit, he might go on me. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. I just had to make sure I didn't get into that fight. This cutscene bit is way further in than Akiyama's. I could not have run past him. He would have seen me and gotten to me. Alright, let's try and not fuck up the Kido chase part, shall we?
Yeah.
I hate this part. I hate this part so much. I have a theory you can get Kido stuck at one point. But it's just a theory. There's a lamppost coming up on the left when we turn the corner to the right that I've got him stuck in before. Not for long, but... that one. There you go, he's gonna run this way. Alright, thank you. So he should run all the way to the end of the street. At which point he'll get tired. I want him to go this way. I do not want him to go the other way. Please. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how that bottle missed. I do not know how that bottle missed. That would have been a good Kido otherwise. Oh. Well, still, that's still fine, but it's not amazing. Okay, don't forget the stun gun. That's the only thing I have to remember in this chapter is don't forget the stun gun. And obviously I'm broke at the end of the chapter. That's the only other thing. Right, so... in an ironic twist of fate, you're looking at Saejima's final boss. It is actually Kido. Now, Kido has a heal phase, which is really frustrating. It's beginning with Yakuza 3, every single boss seemed to get a heal phase of some kind, so we need something that's going to interrupt said heal phase, which is going to be this locker key right here. Hopefully we'll actually get to see it. Try not to push him out the way. You can't progress to the next bit without him being here anyway. I don't like pushing him along this bit because it's like really hard to do. Here though. Push him along as much as you can. Lovely. So this is that hideout. You might recognize it from Akiyama's section. Zero used to be melee only. Used to be. K1 in its inception, fucking words are hard. In its inception, K1's was also that route was terrible. Very terrible. That was pre-Max Crush days. That was awful. That was like 3.5 hours to do a run of K1, which, ugh. Ugh. That was terrible. OG1 is weapons, OG2 is weapons, K2 is obviously weapons. 3 is 2/3 melee, 1/3 gun. 4 is good actual like melee and weapons. 5 is now weapons as well. 6 is weapons, but it is weapons picked up off the ground because you can't equip weapons in 6. It is a turn-based game, I don't know what you're after. I guess the only ones that are literally like non-weapon based, I guess, would be Fist of the North Star. Ugh. And even then, you're still using the hidebus if you can get them. Which you can get, and you should be able to get. I used to remember how to get those, like, guaranteed all the times off certain enemies. It's a no style what's they winning. Technically Judgment as well, but you use a couple of... In the reroute that I did the other day, there's a couple of, like, street objects we use now. Like signs, you know the drill. Oh, we do also use weapons at points. There's 2 nunchucks we pick up during the run as well, so no Judgment is not completely weaponless either. So even if you don't count the street objects, we still do use weapons in Judgment. But Judgment is also like some of the Yakuzas that you can't like store your equipment. I'm assuming that's going to be the same for Lost Judgment. Still curious by what they meant about Snake being like a direct counter to gun enemies. One of the things I like about Judgment is there aren't that many gun enemies. There's like 2. And Koga. Fuck Koga. I wonder if we're gonna see the Kane gang again. Part of me kind of hopes so, but with better implementation. Like with like Izazaki or Jincho, the map is so big that you could probably have them like be roaming around just normally and not run into them. I think like do it the way that 6 did with what's their faces, Saito and guy we're gonna meet in a little bit, Sadachi. Like do it like that where they're just walking around like the actual city. I think that would work better than like the sit in like 3 established spawn points, etc. Have Koga go around with his pistols on a skateboard. Don't do that. Do not do that. Koga just drives by you and just shoots you. Mortal wounds you. Fuck. I would genuinely cry if that was a thing. No, it does not. Maybe casually, but a speedrun, hell no. I thought it was a fight spawn for a second there. I just shit myself. Except you can't fight back, he just flies past you, you lose HP. Damn it. But the nice thing is, obviously with Snake also being on down D-pad, it's looking like, obviously, you'll still be able to shortcut items on your other D-pad buttons, which is good. I feel like that's necessary if it's going to keep the mortal wounds, which you haven't seen anything about. Obviously, the game is releasing in, I believe it's 68 days at this point, or 69. It was 69 like a day or 2 ago or something like that. Nice. So, we should get a gameplay overview soon. So when you do the Vice City stories, you can get attacked by drive-by and die in 1 second. You can't do shit about it. I think you're biased. I think you're projecting. That sounds awful. I haven't seen too many of the VCS or Liberty City stories, actual speedruns, to be fair. No, the way they're talking about it, it sounds like Izazaki Jincho is going to be the main map. Which, honestly, I think that's going to be the main map for every game going forward with how big it is. And I think they're just, like, trying to move away from Kamurocho, which is understandable, honestly. You don't get to hit me, sir. I want to hit this guy with the heat. Thank you. Because I can take this guy down with a combo. And this guy with a combo. I probably should have done the light strong, but I don't think it would have killed. So I wanted to get him up. But I could see them moving away from Kamurocho as the main map these days. And honestly, I'm okay with that, provided it keeps in the fast travel system from LAD. That's the key thing. Like, sure, Lost Judgment's gonna have skateboarding, but please keep in the fast travel system from LAD. With a map that large, you need that fast travel system. Even though skateboarding is gonna be what we do all the time in our casual playthrough. And hopefully it points during the speedrun as well. Like, who knows if there's going to be, like, ways you can grind on, like, walls to go, like, quicker in certain parts, for example. And again, if getting the skateboard out gets rid of all fight spawns, oof, that's the speed tech right there. Skateboard through the set pieces. Imagine that, you're in the stealth section, you can just whip out the skateboard and just, like, start skateboarding around into enemies and stuff. Finish Little Asia and rebuild bloody Shangri-La. That's kind of what I hope in LAD 2, is that Ichi gets to rebuild his home, you know? Even though LAD 2 is obviously going to be Izazaki Jincho again. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Bring back the cities from 5. Like, I know it's going to be work to put them in the Dragon Engine. I'm not asking for all of them in a single game, but please bring back those cities. They're actually really good. They're really, really good, and a lot of them would work straight up in the Dragon Engine as they are right now. Like, shout out to Yakuza 4 being one of the only Yakuza games that allows you to run in this part. Alright, I gotta concentrate on this fight. I can't fuck this fight up. I can save, like, good 40 seconds if I don't fuck this fight up. That's why I have to concentrate on this fight. Please excuse me while I punch Ivan in the face. About that. You know, I gotta let him have, you know, first go. Trouble with this fight, and the reason why it's easier to fuck up than Kiryu's fight, is because of the walls of the Colosseum. That's bad. He can bounce straight off them and basically just get straight back up. It's a bit early. He's basically in QTE range. Not feel the heat, but QTE range. He'll do his QTE, then feel the heat. So I'm just going to play this safe. Much like the Saito fight. Fuck this fight. I'm not going to mess it up. I don't want to. Look at that time save. As I said, I don't want to fuck that fight up. I'm going to let it happen. This is also where you have to be very careful in the speedrun, and also casually. You can accidentally bypass... I can't remember if this is the same in the original Yakuza 4, but it's obviously the case here, where you can actually bypass the next story trigger, and this is how we know that the Yakuza games, especially with the Out of Bounds, very much don't want you going off the beaten path. Because if you can bypass this story trigger, which I managed to do in the middle of a run, ironically enough, for the first time, the trouble is... you can't do the next story objective. You have to hit this story trigger to be able to progress the story. Which really sucks, because we're about to get to the 7-ish minute long Saejima walking section. That you can game over in, by the way. It's this cutscene trigger here on the bridge. If you're too far to the left, you can actually bypass this and go straight into the sewers. But you can't progress the story, which sucks, because if we could find a way to, like, progress the story, and we've tried a lot of things here, then we'd be so far ahead. I did Hexo. I've done that before. Haven't enjoyed it. You should know, me being a Dragoon main, that yes, that has happened before. Even fucking weirder, it was an alliance raid. Because tanks were dead. Tanks were dead and the healers didn't want to revive the one on my team, which... yeah, understandable, honestly, they were a bit stupid. Not quite Quinn levels of stupidity. You have to follow Sadachi to the dojo, but we're not going to be doing his minigame. His minigame obviously takes a long time to do, so I'm going to concentrate and not do the wrong menu here. Talk as your soul. I had a very... It's really weird, because, like, I could count, like, in the 2,000 hours that I have spent in Final Fantasy XIV, I can count all of the bad interactions I've had in that game on one hand. Like, literally one hand. Like, 14, like, you're still gonna find bad people in any community you go into. I'm the bad person in the Yakuza speedrun community. Hi, how are you? But, like... you're gonna find bad people in, like, an MMO community anyway, but, like, I had this one tank interaction. It was in one of the level 80 raids, and there was a tank buster, so I did the thing that being the off-tank do, I take the boss after the tank buster. And this other tank just fucking let rip into me. and started screaming, "This isn't what you're supposed to do. I'm the one that takes it for the entire fight." No, you idiot. You are literally going up against, I'll say it, cover your ears if you don't want late Shadowbringers spoilers for 10 seconds. I went the wrong way, didn't I? What the fuck? How did I miss you? What the fuck? How did I miss Kaniyama? Cover your ears for 10 seconds. It was the Titan rerun. So, you know, literally, and it was like around release as well, so, you know, that was at the point where your gear wasn't like stupidly overpowered that you could do that. But they just decided, you know, to completely go off on my shit. So, for the second time that tank buster came around, I decided, you know what? You wanted it. I'm not gonna aggro the boss, and you know what? They died. And you know what? They blame me for it. I think one of the healers intentionally didn't heal them because of that, and I respect them for that. Like, I definitely gave them my commendation after that, because I'm fairly certain they intentionally did not heal him so that he would learn a lesson. Like, this is what I love about the 14 community, is that, like, your other classes don't take shit if somebody's having a go at them. Like, if anybody is having a go at my healer, I ain't letting them take that shit. Like... Tanks give you second-hand embarrassment. You're the bad tank, you'll tank. Ouch. Like, okay, so, like, tanking normally and tanking, like, for, like, Savage content is different. Like, there is, you know, you do have to be good at it. Like, you do genuinely have to be good at it. And you do have to do a little bit of work beforehand if you want to be a good tank, like, learning the actual fight, etc. But that doesn't mean, like, you can't go in there and not just, you know, shit around and then still get a result, because you can. You absolutely can, but for the harder content, you obviously don't. But when you're just normal party finding, who cares? Who gives a fuck? You know? Who cares? As long as you're not, like, ruining the actual fight for everybody else, have fun with it. The amount of Praetoriums me and a secondary tank have gone into and have basically said, alright, we're not putting our auras on. First one to get the aggro wins, and just waited to see if any of the DPS almost die is just hilarious. Should we do that? No. But does anyone care? No, it's Praetorium. And we only do it after the initial, like, starting bit, where obviously the tanks get all the aggro so everyone can run off quicker. Only on the bits that don't slow down the actual raid, because fuck Praetorium, you're in there long enough. Debuff Tank Buster. Like, that's the thing. It's the one that gave literally the physical, like, debuff.
God.
But it's one of those dumb things where for some reason the guy decides to shit all over my face. PMC. Good time for a raid. Balls out Kido, indeed. This is good pace. We have the stun gun for Kido as well. Hope you had a good stream, PMC. Hello everybody coming from PMCs. I'm Fruit. I run the Yakuza games. This Yakuza run is fucking cursed. Essentially, in about an hour's time, this run is going to come down to a 50-50 bet. And if I fail the 50-50 bet, of which I have no input on, run's over. Good fucking speedrun. Love it. It's great. It's the best speedrun I've ever done in my life. We have fun here. So for those who don't know the Yakuza 4 speedrun, essentially what's going to come down to it is I need 3 million yen in the finale because I got to go buy guns. Now, the trouble with that is there's two ways to get 3 million yen. One is a sub-story on one character, which is just not viable because it will literally cost me over 10 minutes. The other option is to gamble, where we will be picking up a specific gambling item that will turn roulette into 0 or 00. We have no input on which one it lands on. We do not know how the game decides on what it lands on. So, good luck. That's what Yakuza 4's run comes down to. And at one point, the absolute sadists in the speedrun community wanted to try and put it into Yakuza 5's run. 5 hours in. Thank God that didn't work out. You absolute mad people. But we always do a channel point prediction when the bet rolls around here. Usually, you're not betting on, like, what I'm gonna pick, because I already know what I'm gonna pick. Like, I already know. But you're picking on what the roulette is actually gonna regurgitate. So. She has a new hairstyle. Yeah, Kiryu went to jail for 18 years. Also, he punches people real hard now. except for this bit. This is the middle of the 7-minute walking section. What you're gonna see next from this bit is I'm gonna go buy sledgehammers. Because that's how you can tell you've got some good speed tech, is you go and buy 7 sledgehammers, even though this guy has literally 0 money. That's the good stuff. Like a dragon guy, exactly. You're a 0 person tonight. Interesting. So, for reference, I have done 0-0 for the last 3 runs in a row. It has been 0 every single time. So, if I pick 0 tonight, I can guarantee you it will be 0-0. Which means that tonight, I am once again, for the 4th time in a row, joining the goddamn degeners, and I'm going with 0-0. You goddamn 0-0 degen pieces of crap. We're going full degen tonight. I'm making my intentions clear. I usually don't make my intentions clear, but I'm asking the speedrun very, very nicely to play along. 7 sledgehammers, please. We'll be back to see this guy in a bit. Where are my sledgehammers? There they are. Also, weird thing with the remaster, like, it grays out as if there's, like, no actual, like, you don't have the money for it, but you do. It's one of these, like, weird little things about the remaster. It's in the... I believe it's in the Japanese version as well. It's just weird. It's just a remaster thing. 0-0 hours, damn right. Not this way! Oh, Jesus Christ. You go that way, you walk into policeman and get game over. And you go back to the beginning of this walking section. Don't do that. But we're going a different pathway now. You can see the actual, like, story markers telling me to go the other way, but if we go this way, we can actually go here quicker. It's one of these weird little things. It's kind of nice. 0-0. I would like 0-0. I'd very much like 0-0. Can't get degen life. The one time that I betray the degen life will betray me. That's my thoughts and feelings. I can go back to 0 once we see a 0-0 again. Those are my thoughts and feelings. But we've had top scientists work on this run. They have gone through, crunched the numbers, spreadsheets have been made. It is literally pretty much a 50-50. There's nothing that's really an outlier for what it actually is. We know when the actual game assigns the bet, we just don't know how it does it. If we knew how it did it, we could possibly do it out of the 36 entire options. Am I gonna quit my things here? I think I am. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to do it before I go inside. So, it's hammer time. It's literally hammer time. I need to save 2 sledgehammers specifically. One for this lovely gentleman who doesn't wear a shirt because it's too hot. And it is too hot. And one for the guy after this guy. Dream speedrun lock. You know the guy cheated, right? I'd rather not. I would really rather not, thanks. This guy's not gonna get up, is he? Shit. Alright, good start. I don't like missing a hit in the combo because now I'm on odd number of hits. So they're gonna like spawn around. I'm trying to hit as many as I can with my sledgehammer combos because obviously that's more efficient. Would you believe? It's stunning, I know. This guy should get up. I don't want this guy to move a lot. I'm gonna put it away for this last guy because I need to save some hits at some point in this fight. And I can't hit him on the ground without using the heat move. So I'd rather not see the heat move because it's very long. You will see it in one of the 2 boss fights in this chapter. Hopefully in the one coming up at the end of this set piece. Did you just guard that? Clapping at me? So, can't do that. It's been a very long time since we actually PB'd in this game. Like, most of the time save I've had so far is just new strats. I just can't get past the gamble. My luck has been horrifically bad. That's the end of the first set of sledge. So, round 2. So we have 2 left to play with in this. I should click the last one anyway. Excuse me. What is my menuing? What is this? Take care of Kazu Rider. I would like to ideally save a sledgehammer for, this phase. That's pretty good. He just got really lucky and forgot to check his mod folder. Yes. And decided to turn the entire speedrunning community against him. Nice person, by the way. This guy's gonna get up first. Like, I wanted to push him this way. There you go. That way I can get all of them. No, no. I'm gonna use the heat move here. That way I don't have the heat move for Minami. This actually might help out a little bit. So, Minami. This boss is, don't drop him from your combo, but this should be quite easy. As long as he can hit you once, don't worry about it. It usually happens when trying to get a sledgehammer out. Let's put the old one away. So, as I said, it is hammer time. As long as we just don't miss, it's a very easy boss fight. Is there a siren outside? What the fuck? What's happening? I had an ice cream truck in the middle of a thunderstorm the other day. Which, honestly, I appreciate the dedication to your job. I do appreciate the dedication to your job, but... thunderstorm? Really? I downloaded the lore on Majima. I have a plan. I do need to equip his sledgehammer. That would help. Also, in this game, for some reason, Majima's tattoo is fluorescent and glows in the dark. Oh, why? You obviously had it touched up recently. Look at it. It's so weird. So Majima's gonna start off by trying to slap me in the face with a knife. Usually works. I'm gonna punch him instead. That's the plan. This also will allow me to, hopefully, get my sledgehammer out. Good. I'll probably hit the heat move, as I usually do in this fight. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. As long as I don't miss him, it is fine. I'd rather do that here so I have less problems going forward. Now, Majima has a quick get up off the floor, so you do have to be very careful here. Do not miss. If you miss, you're losing like 30 seconds. Good job. Ooh. Good. That was okay. That was okay. That was okay. I'll take that. Alright. Once we finally finished leveling up, now we're going to get into some proper gameplay. I need to remember to buy the Taranas and Sake elsewhere, don't I? Hey. Nice. Good shirt. Okay. Alright, Tanemura's time. Oh, I hate Tanemura's time. Tanemura's time involves a lot of these voice cutscenes, where the quickest way to skip through these voice cutscenes is to hammer X, and I hate it. I hate it with a vitriolic passion. Kills my arm. Either way, Tarana for Sake. Don't forget the guy for EXP. Essence of finishing on the fight outside Jewel. Essence of combos at the end of the set piece. Yep. It is quicker to skip these cutscenes via hammering X. So, yeah. Also, Tanemura's section is a little unfortunate because in Chapter 2 there is going to be a about 4.5 minute walk and talk section where I can't do anything. It's quite nice because it allows us to take a break in the middle of the run, but yeah. Cool. Character number 3, Tanemura. Tanemura is actually pretty fun in the run. Like, really fun in the run, not gonna lie. Quite like Tanemura a lot. This is new Tanemura. You can tell because his actor changed and now he has a forehead. You know? Okay, so we're going to start off. We're going to go and buy 2 fake silver plates. This is going to allow us to skip through the story without playing Mahjong. Much to my chagrin, because I fucking love Mahjong. Mahjong is the good stuff. Mahjong is amazing. So, over to Ebisu. We're going to walk the correct way around Ebisu this time. Good. There's a locker key on the other side. Here to bite. We want 2 fake silver plates, which are the bottom of the list. Perfect. Money is a little tight with Tanemura. Not quite as tight as Saejima and Kiryu coming up, but money is a little tight. I wish we could play Mahjong in this game. If we had to do mandatory Mahjong in this speedrun, I'd be the only one who would get world record in this game, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only Yakuza 4 runner that actually plays Mahjong. People would have to learn Mahjong. Alright, let's go punch Mr. Try and hit me. Alright, so we're going to head over to the top right part of the map. Thankfully, there's no fight spawns in this bit just yet. We're going to remember to speak to this one NPC on the way, otherwise we're not going to get the EXP we need early on in the next set piece, or even late on, I should say. This is the guy. Been walking past him a couple of times, but this is the NPC we use with Tanemura. There's one more coming up, but that isn't until after the next 2 tutorial fights. If you ever played any of the Yakuza sub-stories, this is Mr. Try and Hit Me, you might remember him. He's pretty easy to hit in this game. So Tanemura has a very interesting aspect of his combat, where if you press L1, instead of guarding, you parry instead. We're never going to do that, but we are going to see that, which is the problem. That is the big problem. Good tutorial. The nice thing about Yakuza 4's tutorials, Yakuza 4's tutorials are the best tutorials out of any of the Yakuza speedruns because you can just skip them. Seriously. Thank you, Yakuza 4. A couple of the Yakuzas have skippable tutorials as part of New Game Plus. Dead Souls, K2, just off the top of my head. But the only ones that you can actually skip in the actual main game itself is Yakuza 4. So thank you, Yakuza 4. And Tanemura didn't return Yakuza 5. Most likely the problems with his actor. So. Alright, this guy, nice and easy, but you want to be a bit careful in this fight. Knock him towards the lamppost a little bit. Don't even have to do that, I don't think, but just make sure you do. Now, when you go to use the heat move here, you have to be a little careful, because as you can see the little step there, that can stop you doing the heat move. It's a little weird. That's why I try and do it a bit sideways rather than straight on. Also, take a look at the Tower Battle advertisement in the back. You can see such amazing actors as Donald Sandwich, Rachel Hamburger, Anthony Fried Potato, Michael Muffin. Good names. Good names. Alex Hot Dog. I turned down a hot dog today. I could have had a free hot dog, but my stomach's not doing too good today. So I was like, nah, no hot dog. Alright, speak to this lady right here. She will level us up immediately, which is a good indicator that you've done everything correctly as far as the EXP you need for the set piece coming up. If you don't get that level up, you have forgotten to talk to some guy. Fight spawn on the right. That guy on the left we're going to talk to, but not with Aki. Not with Aki. No, we're not going to talk with Aki. We're not going to talk with them with Tanemura. We're going to talk to them with Kiryu a bit later on. Just be a little careful of fight spawns in this bit. The police are scary because they always stand in the middle of the street and look like fight spawns. They don't help you in the middle of a fight, by the way. I think your fellow policeman would help you in a fight, but apparently not. I have to be very careful here. I need to buy 12 Tarana normals and 4 sake. Very important. The healing items that are coming up here from this side shop are cheaper than if you were to get them from the Popo. That's why you want to grab them here. Meanwhile, story is progressing and we're off to go punch people. Surprise, it's a Yakuza game. I'm as surprised as everybody else is. But this is Tanemura's hideout. He's the only character that can access Little Asia during the course of the game. So, over to this guy. 12 Taranas and 4 sake. Thanks. Good. Not the Tarana pluses. This makes it so that the heat stuff in the final battle is a little more precise, but This allows us to buy an extra weapon coming up, which is very, very important. You know, on Tanimura Return for Judgment, I would like that. But again, as I've said many times, and many people don't seem to understand, you're not losing Kimutaku. No Kimutaku, no Judgment. Like, in Asia, where the game still sold more than the West, literally, the game is nicknamed Kimutaku ga Gotoku. Like, he is a big name over in Asia. Like, there is no point to Judgment without Kimutaku. Now, I would like to see a side game with Tanemura. I'd love to see a side game with Akiyama. And I've said many times I'd love to see a side game with playable action Majima Saejima, because I think that would be insanely good. But, essence of finishing? Oops, hold on. I need to get drunk. Probably should have finished one of them at some point just to get them up. This guy will probably get finished because he's, you know, got HP left. Sucks. Just dislocate man's jaw. Yeah. Alright, turn around. Bad fight. Like, people need to understand in the West, like, the problem with a lot of Western fans and what they don't understand is that you can't get rid of Kimutaku and then just bring the game out. You can't just model swap him. That is not going to work and that is not going to fly. Like, RGG would get a backlash. So... And knowing Johnny's, there's probably something in his contract that says he can't be replaced either way. Accidentally fingered up. Don't forget, it is still just a rumor. Like, we'll probably never get confirmation, but if the game never appears on PC, you can probably tell why. But if it does appear on PC, hey, easy. This guy doesn't take that much heat damage after the first one, but he does take a decent amount. Ah, still gonna do that. Bad fight. Bad fight. Terrible fight. I mean, no, they're obviously not aware. They have a very, very, very old, like, view on what PC and PC gaming actually is. Again, look at Capcom of the early 2000s when they were vehemently against PC ports, and look at the Capcom of today where they know how valuable PC ports are. What the fuck? Sorry? What? How? Cool, thanks. Cheers. Oh, I have to skip and feel the heat at the end of this chapter. Fuck, I hate this. I hate this chapter a lot. A lot of this set piece is just running. And we actually have a bit of speed tech coming up in the next bit for said running, because you can see on the floor there's a bunch of oil. Now, if you run on said oil, you're going to slip up, but there is a lovely little bit of speed tech we can do to prevent that, which is kind of hilarious, because it's very, very easy. You too can do it. Tap the lock-on button. You look a little stupid, but you just glide across the oil. Look at that. Much faster than trying to run around the entire pathway. For this bit, one of these two is going to try and grab me and probably succeed, because I know what they're like. So instead, we're going to just run past them, hit this guy, we level. I need Essence combo, which is in my heat tree. As long as I do it before the fight, it's the important thing. So, Essence of Combos is one of Tanemura's big things, where Tanemura can now actually do heat moves off the last strong hit of his combo. We're going to attempt to kill this guy before he gets off his mid-fight QTE. All the while being shot by the guy with the gun. So one of the good reasons as to why we have Sake on is because we generate our heat a bit faster. Just have to make sure I don't drop him now because he's in range. I do not like Gun Guy. Really? Son of a bitch. Yeah, slack on him. I tried to grab him before that went off. That sucks. That sucks. Oh well. That sucks. He'll still die from this, which is nice, but this is such a slow cutscene. Gun Guy messing me up. I hate Gun Guy. Now, Tanemura's Essence of Combos is much like the Essence of Finishing for the other characters in that, yes, it can actually level up. Let me out. Bad fight. Bad fight. The best fight you can do skips that mid-fight QT. It's really, really a lot quicker if you do that, which is a shame. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Still not dead, no. Man decides, I have a gun, I'm just gonna shoot instead. Which, understandable, if I also had a gun. I would just stand up and shoot somebody as well. But, unfortunately not. Speaking of guns on Tanemura. I suppose I got it. Speaking of guns on Tanemura. Oh boy. We need to have a conversation about that later on. Finally, my gold in this chapter is not an illegal gold anymore. Also, there's a whole bunch of voice conversations here that I have to tap X through. It's like the longest set of voice conversations in the entire run. I hate this. We don't need to hammer as hard as I am, but, you know.
Cool.
I remove the DRM. Interesting. All I know about Nier Automata's patch, if it's the same as the Game Pass version, the speedrun for the normal any % is fine, but for the longer categories, it's worse. I don't know, I speedran Nier Automata at one point. I did like 30-40 runs, and then I decided I suck. And decided not to. That's why I never speedran any of the Souls games either. I did like 2 or 3 runs and decided I suck and stopped. Instead, I found my calling with Yakuza. Where I still suck, but I suck considerably less. Because I was trying to learn Bloodborne again alongside Shen. I can't. Like, I'm an old man now. I don't have the reactions that I used to. Can't do it no more. It's impossible. But yeah, there's a 4-minute break section in the middle of this chapter. Ironically enough, this is obviously... you'd think this would be the longest chapter in the game because of that. It's not. That's Akiyama's final chapter, so... I gotta go retrieve 100 million yen. Excuse me. So I'm actually coming back here straight after this. We now get introduced to Tanemura's Weapon Master, or Fight Master. This is Nair. She actually has a really awesome story. We're not doing that in the speedrun. It's speedrun, you know? I don't think they'll... like, if Lost Judgment is the last Judgment game, they do not touch the Judgment name again. Simple as that. If it's going to be a spin-off game with other characters, they will call it something else. It will not be called Judgment. And the thing is, if they have to stop the Judgment games, I think they will do a side game or 2 that people want to see. So I think you could see... possibly, like, with all the... They know that people in the West really want a Yakuza 02. I think you could potentially see that if Lost Judgment is the last Judgment game. This is a sub-story. We have to do the sub-story, otherwise the main story won't progress in the next chapter for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but it is like that. So we go do this now, because this actually sets us up nicely for the next part. But essentially, yeah, like, what people in the West just don't understand is that you are not replacing Kimutaku for that game. If Judgment stops, then it stops. I think that literally, if Judgment stops, then the next spin-off game, which won't be next year, because that'll likely be LAD 2, I think what will happen is it will likely be either Yakuza 0 2 or a spin-off game with a character that is beloved, which would be either Majima or Akiyama. Although Saejima is actually very popular in Japan. What do I level here again? Top of body, bottom attack. Top of body, bottom attack. That's the one. Allows me to get an extra combo off. I'm doing this one to get everybody else off the ground, and that way I can finish them in one combo. Let's see. Good fight. Does it even work? I don't really know. People just keep wanting it. You could do a couple of things before Kiryu goes to jail. Like, you have a big period between 0 and Yakuza 1, honestly. You could make it work. You could genuinely make it work. Honestly, I would like, and I don't think we would ever have it happen. What the fuck? Where in the fuck were you standing? Tap it if you're here. Have you ever seen that fight spawn ever in your life? Because I haven't. What the fuck? Money! Wait, was that 20k? Shit. Can someone go back and see how much money I just got, please? 5,000. 5,000. Don't think that's enough for another steel tonfa. Shit. If I could have bought a third steel tonfa from that, that would save me so much time in the finale. I don't think I can. I got 5k? I don't think I can. Fuck, I don't remember how much money we're left with. Because we're left with what? 710 yen or something like that normally? Trying to do quick math in my head because of that. Oh, that's 23k for a steel tonfa. That's not happening. I don't think I can get a normal tonfa either because they're much cheaper, but I don't think it's worth it. I've never seen that fight spawn before. I've literally never seen that fight spawn before. I'm a little angry about it, not gonna lie. Alright, Tanemura. Well, moment of truth. 2 steel tonfas, yeah? 2 steel tonfas. I could get Blackjack. I don't know if the Blackjack's good in this game or not is the problem. I think I just carry on. Fuck, man. Man, if that was one of the bigger money rewards, I could have got another ton. I could have got a normal tonfa, and that would have done decently in the finale. Shit. Man, that sucks. If that was a rich bastard, as long as that wasn't a plate. Although actually, if it gave me a plate with right above Eversu, I could have sold it. Honestly. That's 5. Yeah. Which theoretically that means it should be good in this one. But weapons aren't good in 5. So theoretically it should be good in this one. But I is it worth testing? I don't know because I don't know about like my money at this point. I could do, because I need to, like, excuse me, I need to discard you and you. Actually, fuck, am I doing this? I'm a little surprised I'm doing this. this is probably a bad idea, especially, you know, considering, you know, if this goes wrong, then there goes my run. Yeah, Blackjack. Yeah, that's definitely more money than I usually have at this point. That's fine. It's more so I don't know if it's a good weapon or not. Boy, this is some routing on the fly. Jesus wept. That could either prove to be very, very, very good for the finale or very shit. And that all depends on whether we get there, of course. What I might do is I might... you don't normally get a fight, though. I was going to say make a safety save at the chapter end, but this is a guest profile. It's not going to matter. Like, it's going to get erased anyway. Doing mid-run? Not really. Not really. But at the very least, if I do it and I test it out on, like, those, like, finale guards, and it's like it doesn't work that well, then I just stop using it. Like, immediately. Is it this pipe? It's this pipe, right? Yes. So that's always worth it. You're not wrong. Like, we could find that it's actually decent. I'm assuming Tap has tested the Blackjacks, and that they're not that good.
Money.
It's less so the attack and also the attack pattern, because obviously we'll be using them against the guards. I really want this run to go ahead now, just to see if it's actually decent or not. Like... Yeah, we're coming up to the conversation, at which point I will be, disappearing to refill up my water bottle because it's hot tonight. Splash some water on my face for the end of this run. I really want this run to go ahead now. I've just, I keep harping on about it. I've never seen that fight spawn there. Never. And that, again, is a perfect example of why the older Yakuza games are fucking evil with their fight spawns. Because they don't go away through cutscenes. They don't go away through sub-stories. Like... Don't go away. This guy ain't going away for a while. We're going in here. We're grabbing this locker key right here. This should be like A2 or something. A3. Close enough. Which we're going to grab first. That is a spicy knife. We use that. That's ours. And this is a Lotus Clan broadsword, which we don't use. That goes away. So I'm probably going to lose a bunch of time in this chapter because I bought the Blackjack. But now I'm curious. Either way, this is the big, long walk talk cutscene. There's nothing I can do in this cutscene at all, which means I'm disappearing. Like, I'm holding the text skip, but you can't do shit. Like, you can't even start skip. So, give me 2 seconds, I'll be back in a minute.
上野義治襲撃事件に関係しているんじゃないのか。
私は回りくどい交渉は好きじゃありません。はっきり言いましょう。違います。
違うだと。今さら何を言ってるんだ。俺は柴田が新井に殺された時、現場にいたんだ。あんたと柴田が25年前の事件で繋がっていたことは分かってる。親父はあの事件が あんたと柴田の仕組んだものだということに気がつき、そのことが原因で殺されたんだ。そうだ。
確かに谷村さん、あなたのお父さんはあの襲撃事件に柴田、そして私が関係していたことは突き止めていました。25年前のあの事件は私と柴田が描いた絵です。私はあの日のあの時間、冴島大河が一人で襲撃に来ることを知っていた。
ちょっと待て。確か25年前のあの事件、あんたは被害者の一人だったはずだ。どうして生き残ることができたんだ。
だから知っていたと言ったでしょう。
Alright, good night, Rizzo. I am gonna tempt fate here. I'm gonna tempt massive fate here because I would just like to say thank you to my internet for not disconnecting yet. Do appreciate that.
私はあらかじめ備えをしていた。だから助かることができた。それまでです。
I
really want this run to continue to see if this is actually good or not. But I'm going to lose some time to both going back to the weapons store and also obviously the fight spawn. It's a shame because it's one of the chapters where I can almost guarantee time save.
柴田さんは30歳。若い2人が縦割りの組織で成り上がるには そうする必要があったんです。
あんたは事件の後まんまと上野清和会の若頭に就任。柴田も登場会で直系へと昇格した。
I'm really bad at this point. At this point of the run, I just got my phone. I shouldn't, but it's like there's nothing else that
まあ
happens.
そうなります。
やけにあっさ
No
り
need
話す
for
んだ。
me to
もうあれか
explain
ら
the plot when the
25
plot's
年が経ちま
explaining
す。
itself.
今この事実が警察に伝わったところで私が罪に問われることはない。
確かにあんたの罪はもう時効だ。だが極道社会ではそれは通じないだろう。だからあんたは安子さんを使って柴田組の関係者を殺させ新井に指示して柴田を殺した。そういうことか。
まあそういうことですね。
あくまで自分の犯行ではないというつもりか。まあいい、話を戻そう。25年前俺の親父はなぜ殺される必要があった。その理由を教えてもらおう。
あなたのお父さん谷村さんは25年前の事件の裏に私と柴田が動いていたことを突き止めた。だがその捜査の過程でもっと大きなものを発見してしまったんです。
それは何なんだ。
不正です。あなたのお父さんは事件の捜査をしていくうちに
That's
警
fair
察
now.
内部の不正
I
の
imagine
事実
you're
を知って
quite
しまったんです
exhausted
よ。
after doing fan game marathon.
不正だと。
25年前の事件。あの事件は
Yeah, I've noticed, Hexo, that every single one of my leveling queues that I've done over the past few days has been Sastasha or Brayflocks with Sprouts.
を隠すためのね。
I really wish that I would get a dungeon, even if it's a low level one, that isn't one of those two fucking
あ
dungeons.
の
Thank
事
you.
件。
God, I hate
冴
them.
島大河は襲撃を行った。
Fine, there you go. Next set things
で
are
も
done.
真の
Yep.
犯人は別にもう
That's
一人い
the
るんで
best
す。
part.
あんたが安子さんに知っていると言っ
That is the
た
best part.
真犯人ってのはそいつのことなんだな。
あなたのお父さんはその真犯人の正体と真犯人を知りながらもそれをもみ消した警察の不正を知ってしまった。だから
Imagine
殺
if
さ
we
れたん
could
ですよ。
skip this by
Darn
using
it.
like the share button or something. I
Where's
don't
your
think
cross
anybody
left
ever
to?
tried.
その真犯人ってのは
Just imagine that. You press the share button, it like hard brings up the pause menu and we can skip through it. None of us ever tried that. Imagine that. Alright, so, speed tech. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to equip Steel Tonfa, Noith, and Steel Tonfa. And drink sake. And then I'm running away. So this is the briefcase gameplay I mentioned earlier. Now, you might think that being stuck with the briefcase is going to be a bad thing. Actually, no. The briefcase is pretty good. The briefcase is actually really good. See, with the actual like extra heat we get from sake, look at the damage we do. And the nice thing is, your essence of finishing with the briefcase is far quicker than it has any right to be. Which allows us to take care of the guys with 2 HP bars in literally a single combo. Good to go. Beautiful. Very nice. That's cool, Fontano. Don't watch because you will see spoilers. And you don't want to see spoilers. I don't want to be the person that ruins your playthrough. Thank you for the sub, though. I appreciate it. So now we lose the briefcase, which is like, oh no, what are we going to do? We're going to use one of those steel tonfas we bought earlier. Yeah, I'm going to lose time in this chapter for sure, considering. So we have 2 large lads. Get them down to 1 HP bar, and then use a heat move, please. Thank you. For everybody else, take them out in 1 combo. Beautiful. Glad I bounced him off the wall. That block would have ruined that combo. Cool. Me and the other healer just get twice for functioning in one landing entire and I'm only trying to cycle all these sprouts. Like cycle 10 work? Yeah. It's kind of fun to see all the sprouts though, like there's obvious reason as to why like the game's gotten like suddenly really popular because of someone who's not exactly a very nice person. But then there's also like Ko playing the game as well, which is nice. Ko is really enjoying it, which is good. Which is good to see. It is genuinely good to see people just like joining the game and like actually having fun with it. I got stuck. That's really bad. I missed the bottle. Also, really fucking bad. Please don't jump. Oh, fuck me. I was about to lose, like, literally mass amount of time there. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I can't believe I ran past the bottle. I could do it not losing any more time in this chapter, please. But it is nice seeing all the new players come to 14 and enjoy it. You know, the ones that don't skip through the entirety of the story. I'm not naming names, but you know, you might know the name of Quinn. Surprised that actually caught the guy with that hit. That shouldn't have done. Alright. I got less than 2 minutes for this chapter. That's not happening. Yeah, we're losing a bunch of time. Honestly, like, I'm surprised. I'm also surprised. I'm very surprised. Like, but I don't want to shit talk other streamers, even if I don't like them. I'm talking about Quinn this time. Well, I don't like Quinn either. Nice dodge. Don't hit me! It's telling when even your mods give you a hard time for playing the game wrong. Thankfully, I've never had Hexo tell me I'm doing things wrong. I'm waiting for the day. I did that wrong. Hexo, hit it on me. Go on. Lay it on me. Let's go. I'm wrong. Fuck. God damn it, Hexo. We lose that briefcase, which is a bit of a shame because the briefcase in this fight would actually be really good. I have less than a minute to do this fight. It's not happening. The guy in purple here is one of the most annoying enemies in this entire run, which is why we hit him with a tonfa. And I missed. Don't worry about it. Literally, the tonfa goes on him the entire time. I do not want him to get up or to combo me. That's kind of bad. It's fine. I really want to heat move him, so, you know, he goes down, but it's not happening. Okay. Not great. That's fine. I should Blackjack these guys. I should use my Blackjack against them. Oh, that actually finished him. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, look at that time loss. That's the time loss because of the optional fight and also going back and buying the Blackjack for reasons I'm not quite sure why yet. Joof! Not a good idea, but here we are. Excellent wrong. No, you did good, don't worry. You did good, don't worry. Champion distractions. Ouch.
Nani?
Ouch. It's a shame. That's one of the chapters where I'm expecting to actually save time. So this is one of the shortest chapters in the game. There's 2 of them. This one... I always say the only thing that you have to be careful of here is fight spawns, so... You know. You know. You know what I'm alluding to. It happened earlier. And this is a very, very, very quick and easy chapter. We're getting a free... I say free, I just had to spend my own money. We're getting a trip over to Police HQ. We're going to find a folder that implicates somebody is wearing some really nice shoes. And then we're going to head back to Homeland. That is actually essentially everything. So, you know. No. And now we literally just go back. So, all we have to do here is watch out for fight spawns. Like, that's the only thing that can ever, like, pretty much lose you time in this chapter is just a bad fight spawn. Like, we just taxi. And yes, there is a chance for bad fight spawns. It's not as easy as just saying, hey, just run there. There's a very, very big chance you could get a bad fight spawn. Just be careful. Usually you don't, but it's possible. Hey, look, there's a fight spawn right here in front of me. The guy in the grey. Funny that. Funny how video games work, isn't it? Cool. All right. Should be good. There we go. And that's it. That's the chapter. That's literally the chapter. Like that's it. That's all you do. That's super short. I got it by 0.6 of a second. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. Alright. How many sake do I have left? 2, right? I should have 2. If I don't have 2, I'm in trouble. Alright. Let's talk about the curious case of Tanemura. Tanemura, and specifically, guns. Because Tanemura here... I said this earlier. Certain characters cannot use guns. Tanemura is one of them. Fuck, I went the wrong way. Good. Now, despite that, Tanemura uses a gun in his taunt. He uses a gun in a set piece coming up in this chapter. He uses a gun in a cutscene multiple times in this chapter. But Tanemura is a character that doesn't use guns, which is a massive shame because out of all the characters in the finale that need to use guns, Tanemura is probably number 1. Hello. I don't know why that didn't work. So, frustratingly, once again, Tenkaichi, hope for no bad Tenkaichi, fight spawns. Here we go again. This girl is a fight spawn, be careful. Actually, this guy on the right is the guy in the grey. Thankfully, he's a large lad walking away. We don't have to worry. And it shouldn't be there when we come out, because technically going in and out of Sky Finance is reloading the map. So.
Yeah.
Boy, it's coming. It is coming up. It is definitely coming up. This one acts like it's a voice cutscene, by the way. Look at this.
Moshi moshi.
But it's not. It's a trick cutscene, this one. Alright, so all we have to do left now is the final boss for Tanemura's part, which is one of the nicer, easier boss fights, although there is a little bit of a set piece thing before that. That I am known to fuck up on occasion, and by occasion I mean every bloody time. Huh.
Oh.
So, one of the guys from Akiyama's part, way earlier in the game, went missing and has finally turned up at the docks. I'm gonna go meet him. Thankfully, coming out of Tenkaichi, there's no fight spawn going down here. This guy's not fight spawn. He's really happy to be here. Okay. So. Watch the Blackjack be unequipable on Tanemura or some shit. Lost all that time for nothing. So this is Mishima. Mishima's about to get a bullet in the brain. Whoops. Oh hey, Sugiyoshi. It's a shame. Sugiyoshi's gonna shoot us, and then we're gonna shoot back at him, and this is where the big problem of Tanemura not using guns comes into play. Because we have literal, scientific, visual evidence that Tanemura uses guns, and the game says, no, Tanemura doesn't use guns. The bane of everyone in the speedrunning community. So, here comes the worst part of the run. So, we have to catch up to Sugiyoshi's boat and hit it. You can do this in 4 shots. If you do that, you can miss. So, I'm going to take 6 to be careful, because I'm an idiot. Basically, as soon as he does that, you can just ram him. And then if we can catch him from the front here, we can end this early. Good. Didn't mess it up. Good. Now don't press start yet. Idiot. Yeah. Good job. I always press start too early there. This is also one of the better fight intros of the game. Don't mess up the QTEs, you do extra damage. I also want to drink sake. Note to self, drink fucking sake, for fuck's sake. I need the sake for the heat generation. I don't know how long it must have taken them to do this, especially in engine, but like this is so cool. I think they do a couple of scenes here where they change the camera angle so you can't see like what the handcuffs are doing, but it's really well done. Ton Pharrell, consume thy drink. And it's literally as easy as just hitting him a couple of times and heat actioning. Simple as that. Sometimes he won't have enough heat, at which point you just give him a kick up the bum. And there you go. Should probably stop doing the heat attacks, honestly. Cool. Bye. Wait, so the full chase, you know about it? Yeah. Like, literally, like, you can do it in 4 shots, but it's very easy to mess up if you do it in 4 shots. That's why I usually take 6 and just make sure. The second that the boat moves is your time where you can actually, like, go ahead and hit the boat. But as long as you can get in front of the boat towards that last bit, you can quite easily just end it early. Hexer, are you still here? If you're still here, please end the last prediction and set up the prediction. You're not? Oh, you actually bet. Okay, let me end it quick. I think I have the time. Will we stay ahead after Tanemura's part? Yes, we will. Copy prediction. All right, Hexo, if you could do the 000 for me. So, for those who don't know, the 000. This is the bit. Do it for 5 minutes, by the way. You don't have that long. The 000. So, Yakuza 4's run, as I said a little bit earlier, comes down to a 50-50 bet. It is going to be roulette, 0 or 00. You are betting on what the roulette will land on, not what I am picking, because I've already made my intentions clear that I am joining the Degens tonight. This is the big one. This is the run-ending bet. This is usually the big bet in the channel that gets a lot of action. This is usually the one that people love. So yes, 0 or 00. Those are your choices. It is as simple as that. It will be 0 or it will be 00. Those are your choices. The 00 Degens. Are they the gang you want to join? Or do you want to join the Honorable Zeros? It's up to you. Tai Chi in the house. But yeah, it literally just comes down to 0 or 00. That's what the speedrun will come down to. It is literally going to survive or not survive. I have no say in the matter other than betting. And the wills of fate. I really hope it is 00, because that's what I'm going today. A reminder that the last 3 runs in a row have all been 0. But don't allow me to sway your choice, because my choice is 00. The day that I betray the 00 when I've gone full in with the Degen gang is the day that the run ends, because it will be 00. It's the one that doesn't end the run. I'm afraid there isn't an option for that. I'm afraid that is no longer an option. If I was still a new runner at 4, I could make a safety save before the big bet, but unfortunately, with the time that I'm at this point, even being a minute and a half ahead, it would take longer to fail the bet, save the game, fail the bet, reload the save, and then come back to the gambling hall, and potentially lose the bet again. But it would take far too long to be able to do that, so we have no choice. It is literally 000. The run will literally die if I'm wrong. It's as simple as that. So one of the things here is I must remember to get every single healing item in the next section. If I do not, run's also over. If I forget to pick up any of the items that I need, run's also over. Fun that, isn't it? Saito! He's back. He's kicking my ass already. So once we take out a couple of the enemies, we will actually level up. At which point, we're gonna get double finishing blow, which should be under, yeah, attack. Because he bounced me into the wall, I can't use Kamaki knockback evasion. Double finishing blow is literally the only thing that you get on Kiryu. You do not need anything else. Saito, you're being an ass. How did that not connect? Okay. Saito's being problematic. Can I throw you? I think I'm gonna have to. Fuck off. I hate this fight with an absolute passion. I'm losing time here. Seriously? Okay. What the fuck is happening? How did that grab you? Jesus. I'm gonna enjoy the last bit of this set piece, Saito. Fine. About time. Time to infinite you. Get fucked. Terrible. I'm gonna lose time. This is bad. It's really bad to have a very, very hard fight coming up in the chapter after this one. So, in this section, we need to grab every single healing item. Not because we need the heals, but because we need them to actually sell in the next chapter. If we don't do that, we will not have the time. Hello. Enough of grenades today, thanks. So, every time you break these lockers, there will be a healing item. Make sure you grab it. And that man has a gun. I want that gun. If we can do the next bit right, Saito's going to have a very bad day. Now, there is one more healing item in this next arena that we do need to grab. Do not fail this QTE. Now, let's try and not fuck this up. We want to keep Saito on the stairs, grab this, and then get back to the stairs. That's a bit early, but okay. Please stay on the stairs. Just stay on the stairs, please. Good. With this, because his elevation is actually higher than ours, it's infinite combo time. Get fucked, Saito. How dare you make me lose time? Doing it on the right is better because you don't accidentally aim at the guy on the left. Beautiful. This time loss. Man, that first Saito fight was terrible. But God, is this satisfying. Oh, that's satisfying. So, yeah, if you're playing on Legend difficulty, do that. Get him in the corner. Fuck him up. I don't actually know if it works on Legend. Metzel would know. Ooh, fucking hell. That's a nasty time loss. That was a terrible time loss. Yeah, fuck Saito. Thank God that's over. Doable but harder. That sounds like Legend, alright. Dear oh dear. Metzer has been doing runs of Legend difficulty Yakuzas for 3, 4, and 5, which is very, very, very admirable. I'd like to do them myself at some point, but they are actually scary.
Yeah.
Especially 5. Especially 5. 4 through 5 for difficulty. Really? Huh. I guess I could understand why. I'm assuming gun route doesn't work for free. For obvious reasons. Is that a fight spawn? No, in fact, fuck. That guy on the left worried me for a second there. If I got into another fight spawn, I would have been very angry. Oh yeah, we also had the fight spawn earlier, I guess, so... explains more time loss. Bartender Date, the sexiest of all the dates. I'll watch the run. No, I haven't, I'm afraid. Need to. I do need to. I've seen your 1 of 3. I've definitely seen your 1 of 3, and I think I've seen half of 4. I just haven't seen 5. I haven't had time, unfortunately. I mean, it's not lost, yeah. My memory ain't that good. I'm an old man. All of my brain space is just Yakuza taxi locations. That's it. I'm not allowed to consume any other information these days. When Lost Judgment comes out and I have another massive taxi list to learn, I'm just going to break down on the spot. Alright, so this is actually the quickest chapter in the game. Literally, I forgot to change the gold split in this chapter. Whoops. That's the other one I forgot to do. The only thing you have to do story-wise in the chapter is go to the Millennium Tap. That's it. We're going to make a slight detour. Yes, a slight detour, I'm afraid. Because we're going to go grab a couple of things at the coin lockers. So I'm not panning the camera down yet. There you go. So, we need to grab something before we go there. That was a fight spawn. Just go fuck yourself. Please. I hate this game's fight spawns. They're not as bad as some games, Call 5, but they're still kind of nasty in this game. We're instead going to the pharmacy. But instead of going for drugs, we're just grabbing this coin locker key that's conveniently on the side here. This coin locker key is the 0 jewel. This is the jewel that will turn the gambling into a 0 or 00 bet. And then we end the chapter, which is literally just right here. I was a frame too early. I'm very upset. A bit more of a frame, but... yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hi, Daigo. Bye, Daigo. Hopefully I'll be shooting you soon. It's been long enough. So. This is the chapter where it all boils down to the bet. So, what we're going to do is going to run over to our coin lockers and speak to this guy at last. He's going to give us the coin locker key radar. We're then going to go over here, make sure we remember to grab the 0 jewel. And then we're going to go to Ebisu. We're going to go and sell literally everything apart from the 0 jewel. This will give us, hopefully, if we've done everything correctly, 100,000 yen in total. Or just over. Nice bit of smooth jazz. That's a fight spawn. Okay. No, piss off. Once again, go around the right-hand side so you don't get the locker key. As we said, here to sell. So, all that healing items, all that toughness EZs, and our locker key radar. And you can see that's got us at 100,750. This allows us to get one taxi. Which I've completely forgotten which taxi it is, but I know we get a taxi. But it's the one to Kamurocho Hills, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that fight spawn's still there. I know it's still going to be there, so that's why I came this way. That, however, is... fuck you. The problem about going this way is it does spawn in civilians that can stop me. Thankfully, by going a little over there, I can move him out of the way and not have to worry. That guy's a tutorial guy, don't worry about him. No bad fight spawn outside of Serena. Now comes the unfortunate part. We're going to be going through a set here. It's not a set piece, but we're going through a set pathway. We can't deviate from said set pathway. But the game can spawn fight spawns in our way. That's the problem. So, old Lily, aka Yasuko Saejima, has ran off. I'm gonna go and chase her. And this is the part where if we get fight spawns, there's nothing we can do about it. Including that one right there in front of us. That puts me, like, right in front of him. Look, he might see me from this. Okay. Do we have one up here as well? No, thank fuck. You can get 2 fight spawns along here. I prefer that one on Tenkaichi if I had to have one at all. Is there one around the corner? Survey says... no, thank fuck. Now, as we're running along, you can see Yasuko is following certain people. These certain people should be quite recognizable. Especially with the next one. That is, of course, Tanemura and Akiyama, and you might remember me saying about an hour ago that we wouldn't be using Tanemura's parry, but unfortunately we would be seeing it. You can tell what's about to happen. This is one of the more unfortunate and harder fights in the run. It has a mid-fight QTE that you can actually fully avoid, but unfortunately, it also has both of these guys going to their heat mode, which makes things even harder. Tanemura first, which should obviously, as you can probably tell, mean Tanemura first. Hopefully, Akiyama gets stuck on the pillar. If he does, that makes this fight insanely easier. But he usually doesn't. I also love that this is the first interaction between Kiryu, Akiyama, and Tanemura in this game, and it's so cool. I absolutely love it from a casual point of view. Like, it's so, like, it's really cool, it's really hype. In a speedrun point of view, please, Akiyama, fuck off. This is bad. Being in this corner is also bad because I can't, like, move Tanemura around. That's terrible. I might try something stupid. I love trying stupid things. I was trying to push the both of them together. Every so often, try and use the essence of finishing against Tanemura to stop him going into his mid-fight. Add that. Yeah, that's gonna be the QT. That's fine. I fucked that fight up badly. That's fine. This will probably take out Tanemura by the looks of things. Should do. Might not, actually. So Akiyama's going to be the problem child now because he's going to be close to going into his heat mode. Okay, cool. Okay, I haven't even done the finisher yet. Like, fuck off. Hey, why don't you want to get Tanemura into his heat phase? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that. We should employ these tactics when we play as Tanemura in the run, you know? Alright, you fuck off. Terrible fight. Yeah, this is going to shit. I don't think this run is in a good place even if we do get through the bet, you know? See, when you're down to Akiyama, it's a lot easier. Surprised that didn't finish the fight. Right, well, it's time. You'll know what time it is. Look at my gold, like, literally just fade away. My gold here was so good. It was like no feel of heat, no Akiyama interference. It was beautiful. Well, here we go. Does the run continue? Let's find out. First of all, we buy 100,000 yen's worth of chips. Thank you very much. Then we go to good old Roulette. So, at this point, the game determines which number it's going to land on until we do this. At which point, it goes between two of them. Now, if we knew how it put it on the numbers beforehand, maybe we wouldn't have to do this. But yeah, now if it doesn't land on 00, run's over. Let's find out. Run continues. Don't forget the goddamn plates, you fucking moron. Shame that it's gone horrifically after that last fight. That was a terrible fight. I'm gonna be bleeding time quite badly here. But hey, I finally have a Yakuza 4 run going. It's a Christmas miracle. Imagine remembering the plates for once. It's been many, many months since I've had a run of Yakuza 4 carry-on, so I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. So 31 seconds lost that fight. Alright. Walk to embassy, sell plates, buy revolvers. Oh, okay. Neat. I actually have notes for this. Good. Interesting. Haven't seen that in a while. Danny Kirby, thank you very much for the host. Hope you're doing well tonight. I haven't seen that host alert in a long, long time. Oh, damn. Can't actually hit bet. Well. Well. That's the long, unskippable Akiyama cigarette. This game is a, advertising tobacco. Now the plot ties into Yakuza 1. AKA fucking Jingu. Now I get to spam the X button again because, oh god, here we go. Also, Kiryu borrows, like, Tanemura's phone, but, like, for Katsuragi, I guess, you know. I don't know why he just doesn't take the number and phone on his own phone, you know? I guess it's to get him to actually answer the phone. It's been a very long time since I've done what's coming up next. God. It's been a very, very long time since I've done what's next. This is bad. Third set of 3 guns. 5 bullets in the last gun. 12, 8. Yeah, that's right. We're waltzing down to Ebisu. We're going via the safe route, question mark? Fuck. It would be more sensible if I did. I don't remember which is the optimal way to go here. It's been literally that long. This way there shouldn't be any fight spawns at the very least. I think we come back in taxi, if I remember rightly. After the weapon shop, of course. So, we're going to go to Ebisu now. We're going to take those platinum plates that we got, and we're going to sell them. This is going to start looking a lot like... Oh, fuck you. You better be gone by the time I'm out of here. It's beginning to look a lot like Yakuza 3. So, we're going to sell. Boy, that's 3 million yen. It's beginning to look a hell of a lot like Yakuza 3. So, we now need to go to the weapon shop, which is up the stairs. Good, he's gone. Thank God for that. I'm about to get real mad if he wasn't. Hey, Danny, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it.
Everyone gets a plate.
Hell yeah. Everyone gets 3 million yen. Kinda. Everyone gets a share of 3 million yen. Anyway, we are going to be heading up here, going to use the weapon van, and I'm going to be buying 13 illegal guns. Hell yeah. It's beginning to sound a lot like Yakuza 3. So, where are we? They're higher in the list than they are in Yakuza 3. Beautiful. Alright, so, this is where the annoying part of Yakuza 4 comes from. You're gonna see, actually, I don't know if you can see it in this menu. When I go to equip the guns, keep an eye on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and you should be able to see who actually is able to equip these guns and who isn't. That's the pain in the ass part. There's no fighting. Black cat, what the flippin' heck? Great, good. Right, 2. Yeah. Axialis reversed. It's Yakuza 4. Okay, so. If you look at the bottom right, you should be able to see... Yep, no, not this one. It's obviously in the file, yeah, it's fine. There'll be a menu you'll see in a bit. It tells you who can equip what, and the only people who can equip... Hello? The only people who can equip guns are Kiryu and Saejima, which is a pain. I'm moving forward here because you have to move forward a little bit for some of these enemies. So I'm going to be using all my guns up until I am down to my last set of guns. My third set, I should say. Blackhammer is a law-abiding citizen. Tanemura uses this exact same gun in the boat set piece that you saw earlier, a cutscene, and also his taunt. I want to start with a full gun for Nakano Watari, just in case. Yeah, probably. Remember when I said earlier there was an enemy that was really, really annoying in this game? Yeah, no, I lied. This next guy is. Look how lifelike these mannequins look. Kind of crazy, huh? What the? This guy's one of the most annoying enemies in this game. Fortunately, he's the only one we have to kill here. So I'm going to start off with gun, because of course I am. He's going to start off by shooting me. Hitting me. I'm trying not to waste many bullets if possible, because if I can save as many as I can, that will be better. Forgotten what we do in the bit coming up. Either way, avoid those. Don't worry about them. They don't matter. None of them matter anymore. These guys do. That guy in the front, he seems so unhappy with his brass knuckles. He knows. Second set of guns. Don't know if this hits. I'm waiting for a second. Yeah. Put gun away. Punch barricade. Do not shoot barricade. You can't shoot barricade. I know. I would shoot barricade if I could too. I might take the dumb spare gun that you don't take just to try and conserve some of this ammo I lost. So he's back. Surprise. He's getting shot again. Surprise. Note to self, you just used the right D-pad, not up D-pad. So up D-pad's going to be for the last one. I usually go in the order of, the obvious order of, you know, left, up, right, but I messed up. I'm actually going to take this guy's gun, because I've used a couple of more hits than I would like. You don't need to take this gun, but I'm just going to take it for safety. I don't think I need to, honestly. Probably a mistake. But for this fight, I kind of want to shoot Suzumiya. This is Suzumiya Haruhi with a gun. She really let herself go after the anime. If we're supposed to take the shotgun, but I am taking the shotgun. I don't think we do, but I am anyway. Oops. For some reason I thought it'd be next to me. I don't think this is actually a good gun for this next bit, because it knocks everyone to the ground. Anyway, these guys are going to stand there menacingly whilst I try and break this back. Goodbye gun, I suppose. Never mind. 0-0 tap. 0-0 by had a bad fight. Also, I've done something dumb that you're gonna absolutely hate. I bought a Blackjack with Tanemura because I got into a fight. You know the Meihua sub-story? There was a fight literally the second it ended. So, I had some spare money because of that. Not a lot, but enough for a Blackjack. Everything? I think that's everything. No, it isn't. Seriously? I hate this shit. Just get up. Okay. That's the first time I've ever got that encounter, so... But it gave me 5k, so... I'm also fucking up this part, because I haven't done this part in, like, what? 5 months at this point? It's been a very long time since I've done this bit. I do not remember where to go! Fuck. Okay, new guns. This is my last set of guns, so... 5 bullets in the last gun. That's the important part. So... But yeah, it gave me 5k, so I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll get a Blackjack on Tanemura. That's the reason why I lost time on Tanemura, was I was like umming and ahhing and decided to go back, and it was too late. Please don't shoot me. I should probably take his gun. I already have used up too many shots, but this is the straight one, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Good. Parts of my memory are kicking in, which is nice. Yeah, it really does. It's actually been so long. Like, that's what's costing me, like, a whole bunch of silly little time losses here, is because I just haven't done it, like, in so long. And that's my fault. Like, I should practice the end game of this every once in a while. This guy's gonna grab me. Fuck you. I did that to stop him from grabbing me. Okay, I'm still on my second gun, so I got one more after this. Should be fine. One, two. Okay, 8 bullets. 8 bullets left in this gun. Just remember that. 8. So I want to use a specific amount of bullets from this gun. That's why I can only use 8 more. It's down to 5, right? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this guy drops a gun. Nicely timed. I should have caught him. I should have done the combo. 12 from another. 8 from another. Okay. Don't get the key. Trouble is, yeah, I have to go get the key. Okay. So, right D-pad first. Oh, this way. Got it push you towards the door as well. Right D-pad first. Hello. Right D-pad first. Right D-pad first. Here comes all of the annoying guys from before. Goodness. In this episode legend, yeah, I can imagine. Well, the bet went forward. That's why the run's still going, which is nice. I had a bad fight before it though, which is a shame. That's why I lost 30 seconds. Suck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Gun math. I know, right by the exit. Cool. Neat. Actually saved. Like, that was a gold. How the fuck did that go? How bad is my final Kiryu part? Alright. Saito, yeah, Saito. Basically, Tanemura infinited me in the Tanemura Akiyama fight. Saito decided to fuck me up in the Saito fight with Kiryu. That's my big time losses so far. I haven't seen a run hit for that in a long while. Fucking same. Literally like 4 or 5 fucking months. Because the one time where it should have hit the finale, I forgot to buy the fucking plates. I'm still mad about that. The only person I can blame is me. Alright, voice cutscene. Goodbye, Hamazaki. Your redemption arc is over. Alright, so broadsword to Akiyama, 3 and 15 ammo to Saejima. That's it. This has been the easiest Yakuza run for me to PB for a very, very, very long time outside of Yakuza 3 and 5. In fact, all the PS3 ones are just easy for me to PB at this point, honestly. So this is the part where you'll see at the bottom right, I think it's the bottom right, it's the bottom right or the bottom left, where certain characters cannot equip certain weapons, and again, Tanemura and Akiyama can't equip guns, which as you can probably tell is bad, because Tanemura could really do with the fucking guns. We have a way of dealing with Tanemura, don't worry about it. It's done. We call it cheese for a reason. Either way. 3 and 15 to Saejima, broadsword to Akiyama. So, item box. So, I'm gonna go over to Saejima. You can have the 3 and 15, did we say? Yep. And Akiyama, you get... Oh, hang on. I need the broadsword and Akiyama. Whoops, I messed up my menu. Cool. 715 on Kiryu. Perfect. I'm gonna equip those now so I don't mess up. You are up D-pad first. Fuck me. It's gonna come down to Daigo, isn't it? actually gonna come down to Daigo. I hate this. Alright. I'm sure. So. We have boss strategies for the last 4 boss fights. Some of them are a little scarier than others. Only in the case that if you fuck up the heat move, a right here can be a right pain in the ass. This whole finale is so cool. I should have sub-splits for each of the bosses for this so I know how well I'm doing with them. And the Tanemuras, oh, just you wait. Just you wait. We call it cheese for a reason, don't worry. It's literally the biggest, cheesiest, stupidest shit we do. So because we aren't allowed to... Because we aren't allowed to use our old thingy, don't forget the sake. Almost did. Was I not supposed to grab and throw you? Am I misremembering? I'm pretty certain I do this, and then I do this. I don't know if I do the follow-up or not. But I know I do this, and this, and I stab you. And we should be good, provided I don't mess up. That is what we do, thank fuck. Whew. Now, some bosses are rather easy, and sometimes you look at the lineup of the final bosses and you think to yourself, God, Kido, you picked the short straw. Imagine how you're feeling as Kido right now, walking down these stairs towards Saejima, who's just witnessed his sister get murdered. Fuck. One of the best lines to any fight in a while, and chat's not had a chance to spam it in so long. Get ready, chat. Here you go. Chat, know what to do. No holding back. Oh, he's getting broken.
Oh yeah! Kido!
Balls out, Kido. So, Kido's fight, if you remember what I said earlier, he actually has 2 heal phases. We're gonna bypass that completely, which is kind of hilarious. So what we're gonna do is we got given some guns. So here's a gun, there's a different kind of gun, but it is a gun. 1, 2, 3, into the 15. He's healing. Oh no. Oops. Stun gun. Oh no. I've got my heat back. Oh no, he's healing again. Whoops. So, QT time. Fail this. It's always X to begin with. And then hit him. Easy. Balls out Kido. Then there's a couple of bosses that rely on a little bit of luck. Now, here comes the unfortunate part. Daigo, we have 7 and 15 bullets. Daigo's feel the heat will come out after the 7th bullet. We have to change gun and do the quick gunshot very, very quickly. If we fuck up, we're gonna get the feel the heat, which will cost me like 45 seconds. My PB has it. I don't remember which order I put my guns on. Did I? There should be one. Right now. Fuck. Didn't get it in time. Rip. It runs in jeopardy. Run's actually in jeopardy. Big jeopardy right now. That's not good. Excellent. This is why you practice endgame stuff when you get stuck with 000 for a long time. But we just lost all that time. It's not like completely awful, but it's not good. I didn't get it. Now, I may save some time in this final fight because I have an extra weapon that I shouldn't have, but there are some fights where you just cheese.
それじゃあ現場捜査の時の感覚数十年ぶりに
It
味わって
doesn't,
もら
no,
いまし
but
ょう
it does enough.
やれこいつは早く殺せ
So the one person that really could have done with using a bloody gun in this finale, the one that uses a gun in their profession. You cannot use guns with Tanemura in this round. It's much like Akiyama earlier. If there was a gun in the fight, you could just use it. But we can't. This fucking intro, it's so good. It's so dumb. Hey Hexo, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for doing the prediction. So, you might be wondering, what do we do in the Munakata fight against like 20 dudes? Well, it's quite easy actually. I'm gonna demonstrate. First of all, I'm gonna get my spicy knife out and go into my inventory. I'm gonna consume a Tarana, equip my new weapon, and then I'm going to stab dude. I forgot to drink my sake. I'm gonna do that. When I go back into my inventory and use this Tarana right here. This is only to build up my heat later on. Yes, this is exactly what we do. We go into our inventory, we use a Tarana, and then we stab the dude with the knife. And then guess what we're gonna do again? We're gonna go into our inventory, use a Tarana, and stab the guy again. Don't worry, this isn't the entire fight, but it's most of the fight. I told you it was cheese. I warned you. Munakata is trying to shoot me in all of this, by the way. He actually got it. Now that's why this is a problem, is because if, with the normal Taranas, you don't get that much heat. So if you accidentally don't get the heat attack off, and you get shot. By the way, the elite bodyguards, they take good damage, but the last two, they do not. Now, instead of taking out the elite bodyguard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, yo! Alright, I'm going to take care of one of them at least. Because I don't want the mid-fight QT. Okay, I'm getting bullied. What's the other elite bodyguard? There's still one more here I can stab. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the one that just went on the ground. It is. So unfortunately, we're now at heat items, which means it's time to just spam taunt for hits. Alright. Fucko. I'm done with your shit. What? Usually take care of Munakata before the bodyguard before Munakata, but at this point, or Munakata before the bodyguard, I should say. But at this point, get fucked off with both of them. I fucking hate this fight. Every fiber of my being, this is looking familiar. You can also use a spicy knife. But you want to do this, like, when you have heat, so you can just take care of Munakata with, like, heat moves. Fuck you, dude. Hey, buddy, how do you feel about a spicy knife? Because that does knock you to the ground. Hey, Munakata, come here. I'm not even gonna get to use my Blackjack at this rate. Unfortunately, the fight doesn't end when you take care of Munakata. You have to take care of the other guy as well. I'm gonna test something right here, right now. Testing, right here, right now. We're getting the Blackjack out. How do you feel about a Blackjack heat move? Nothing. Fair enough. It's not bad. Cool. It works. Yeah. For that annoying last bodyguard, it bloody works. Good. Fuck that guy. I think Meta might do that on Legend, you forget. I don't remember. The only reason why I picked it up was because I had the fight that gave me the extra 5,000 yen. I wonder how much money I've got left. I should have a look, because if we have enough, we could technically... I think we might have, like, 7k left. We could buy that. At the same time with the weapon van.